It's a sad day today. Sergeant Rock is officially dead. We're devastated. And yeah, welcome back to the Aluminum Screen Podcast with me, Brandon, and over there is
Emmett, as always.
Yep. And today we're I don't know what that was in my hands, but today we are grieving the tragic loss of Sergeant Rock.
We're gonna try not to get too emotional this episode talking about it.
We're dressed up for the occasion. We're ready for the Rock funeral.
Yes.
And other than Sergeant Rock dying, how has your week been this week, Emmett?
It's been solid. Got some good watches in, actually.
Okay.
But I left my phone over here.
All right. He's disappearing into the darkness.
Of course, we had Thunderbolts, which, we're going to talk a lot about. Almost everything. Other than that, you would think I would be more prepared. Other than that, just finishing up the Final Destination franchise. I watched 4 and 5, the worst into the best of the franchise, in my opinion, which is awesome.
Heck yeah.
Love it. Not most of them are not good, but they're just so much fun. Except 4. 4 kind of sucks. I think 4 is pretty bad, but it's still kind of fun.
I wanted to do a watch through of Final Destinations before the new one comes out. I don't know if that's going to happen now, but
they're really fun watches. And I mean, you can watch the new one without watching them, I'm sure.
That's why I'm like, it's not as urgent for me to watch that. I'm watching through Mission Impossible as well, and I was like,
that's what I got to get to.
I've got one, higher up in the priority list.
Yeah, very fair. The only connection is Tony Todd. I think he's in a couple of them.
For sure. Well, now I know that.
Well, he was been in all the trailers.
Oh, I haven't seen him. But this past week was my girlfriend's birthday. So we did a thing because we saw it on TikTok where they pick 5 movies that you watch or whatever for that week. So we watched Black Swan.
Nice.
And then a little Paprika.
Ooh, I have to watch that. That's the animated one, right?
Yeah, it was interesting. There's an interesting thing about Inception too, because it was really similar to Inception with dreams and stuff like that. And apparently, Christopher Nolan bought the rights to Paprika, just before Inception came out. I guess to avoid legal trouble.
So I gotta watch that.
Oh. Yeah, it's good. It's I don't know if it still is, but it was on Tubi for free.
Oh, nice.
If you're a Tubi guy.
I'll become a Tubi guy.
All right. And then we watched 3 Step Up movies. Are you familiar with the Step Up franchise?
I am not, but I did see you log a couple of them in a row on Letterboxd, and I was like, what are we doing over there? But this makes sense. Does Rebecca love them?
Yeah, well, they're all dance movies. The first one is actually pretty good. It's got Channing Tatum in it. It's young Channing Tatum. And he's in the second one as well. But we had watched those a while ago. So we watched, I guess, the post-Channing Tatum era of Step Up.
Nice.
So we have Step Up 3D, directed by John Chu, by the way.
What? That guy's all over the place, man.
That's crazy.
He'll just do anything.
Yeah, that one was not great. And then Step Up Revolution, which was also not great, but it was kind of fun to watch and laugh at.
Nice.
It was just wacky.
Sometimes that's better than a good movie.
Absolutely. And then we watched Step Up All In, which wrapped up the saga.
That's the one that I saw you log, and I was like, what is this? And I went to your recent activity, and it was 3 of them.
But yeah, Step Up All In was it was pretty good, man. It was Endgame for the Step Up franchise.
Oh,
they had some people from the second one in with the guy from the fourth one there. Channing Tatum wasn't in it though.
Oh,
I think he's I did the first one, and I do real movies now. But yeah, so you're unfamiliar with Moose then?
I fear that I am.
Wow, that's the big fan favorite character.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. I don't know. There's not really much else to say. Allison Stoner's in the movies. They barely use her.
She's fun. She was in the news recently. I forget why. Is she in something?
Gosh. I don't know.
No, I don't think it was anything
a new
bad.
Step Up.
Oh, well, yeah. Maybe a Stamp Up Camp Rock crossover.
Yeah, that'd be sick. But
would rock.
we're over here hoping for a Step Up 6 and
Nice.
Channing Tatum to return for it.
Oh, that'd be huge.
So, fingers crossed, but we'll see.
Did John Chu direct all of them or just that
No,
one?
just Step Up 3D.
Maybe he'll come back. Oh, 3D.
Maybe. Yeah,
The
but
3D.
Yeah. Came out like 2010. So
That's awesome.
3D was all the rage.
The last two Final Destinations 4 and 5 are so clearly during like the 3D time period to the point it's so ridiculous. The kills they pull off just to like get something flying at you.
Yeah.
Kinda awesome, I can't lie. Looks terrible though. 4 looks horrendous. It is one of the worst looking movies I've ever seen.
Dude, Step Up 3D, it's got a scene in there. The two characters, who, by the way, it would be more entertaining to watch two 2x4s interact. I mean, there's just zero going on every time, and they got Moose and Allison Stoner there, way more interesting, and they're just like side characters. They're the B plot, and then the A plot comes on, and I'm like, ugh, this guy, generic white guy number 1, is the protagonist.
They couldn't even get generic white guy number 3.
No. Well, they got him for 4 and 5, and it was way better.
That's good. That's why they're so.
Oh my gosh, dude, the freaking man. Also, I found out the generic white guy number 3, I think, who was in 4 and 5, was also in Everybody Wants Some. And that blew my mind because that's like a real movie. Oh man, I'll pull it up.
Just one of the guys. I'm not gonna remember anyone's name.
Yeah, I think he's like one of the main guys. I'm pretty sure.
Oh hell yeah!
Let me see. I'll pull it up here. But yeah, Step Up 3D. It had a sequence where the main characters go onto like a grate they're in New York City that's like shooting air up, and they have like, I don't even remember what it was, like ice pops or something, and then it just gets it gets sucked up by the air and is launched up, so you can get a 3D effect, and it looks horrible.
That's awesome.
I don't know what they're thinking. Yeah, Ryan Guzman. This guy, if that's ringing a bell to you.
Oh, okay. He looks familiar.
And he's like, and I couldn't place him, and then I saw it. He played Kenny Roper, and Everybody Wants Some. So there you go. I don't know. That's my Step Up corner for the week, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, let me know when you binge all 5 of those.
Oh, I will. I'm sure any day now I'll get to
it. I'm sure.
That's about it for me this past week. Should we get into the news?
Yeah, I have like no watches this week other than the Step Up movies. So
yeah, I've got Final Destination and Thunderbolts twice, and that's about it.
I've been deep in the D&D and Baldur's Gate era right now.
Hell yeah!
Got to Act 3. It's huge.
Hell yeah! Congratulations.
Went to a circus, man, and there's a clown on stage, and I was like, "Oh, I'll watch this clown's performance." Turned out to be a shapeshifter.
Oh, no way.
My character knew something was wrong, so I was like, he called me up on stage. I said, I'm not going up there. So then he had some random guy go up there, and he looked at me and he goes, I called on you. Just know this is your fault. And he killed the guy. I was like,
why would you do that to that guy? It's your fault.
I didn't know. Anyway, that's what I've been up to this week instead of watching movies, other than Step Up.
Before we get to the news, we do have the aluminum screen is hitting the road today, the day of recording, for our first screening.
Mm-hmm. Our first aluminum screening.
That's good. That's good. We're going to be heading to the city for hit film Fight or Flight tonight. Starring Josh Hartnett. So that's exciting. By the time this is out, I'm sure our thoughts will be somewhere.
Yeah.
Letterboxd, Twitter, who knows? They'll be somewhere. Should do a little vlog for the
aluminum vlog.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's perfect. Anyway, on to the news. We'll talk about that next week, I'm sure.
Yes.
We got the first trailer for The Rock's Smashing Machine.
Yeah.
His attempt to come back to real movies, I think.
He's an actor now.
He's an actor now, which I think is good. I'm excited to see him try a little bit.
This is like his uncut gems. It's so obvious.
Yeah.
They want the Oscar nom this time. They don't want to.
Yeah. I think it's awesome how he looks so much more like Black Adam in this than he did when he played Black Adam. The hair is spot on for Black Adam.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it is funny. He's like, I'm not wearing a wig for Black Adam, but then
Yeah,
for the Smashing Machine, he's like, yeah,
that'd be
got
ridiculous to
to.
wear. Yeah, so awesome. I am looking forward to this.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be interested to see which Safdie brother has more sauce.
That's true.
Because
That is
he also
true.
got Marty Supreme coming out around the same
That
time.
I am more excited for
Oh,
than the
definitely, way
Smashing
more.
Machine. Probably not even close, but hey,
And another Christmas with Timmy.
true. Is
Can't
that
wait.
3rd year in a row? 4th year in a row?
Yeah, 3rd year in a row, I believe. Because we
It's
had
got to just
Bob
keep going.
Dylan last year.
Wonka before that.
Wonka. Yep. Yeah, it should be a yearly tradition
It's got to be.
that he has a movie in theaters.
Is Dune Messiah lined up for? I feel like that's like a November, December release right now.
It might be. I feel like they'll probably do December though for awards
That would
purposes.
rock. That'd be 4 in a row.
Yeah, but it's not coming out on Christmas.
Oh, you're saying on
So,
Christmas specifically.
yeah.
I gotcha.
I mean, well, I'll take it though. I'll take the technicality for 4
Nice. That's all
years of
that
Timmy.
matters. We also got the full trailer for Weapons, a movie we've talked about a lot. There really isn't a lot more to say about this trailer. It looks great. I'm really this is like one of my most anticipated right now.
I haven't even watched the trailer just because the teasers got me in. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to see as little as possible. I mean, I'm sure I'll see them because I show up an hour before the movie starts at the movie theater anyway. So
I was shocked I got the Thunderbolts before you did.
well, I don't remember what happened, but there's a lot of traffic going on.
Fair enough.
Man, I was livid. I had some fool going like 30 miles an hour, and I couldn't go past him because there was
That does
even
suck.
more fools in the left lane. Anyway,
Brutal. Anyway, Weapons. I just found this out. I don't know if you know this. This like there was a huge bidding war for the script for this movie, and Jordan Peele really wanted it, didn't get it, and then fired his team.
Yeah, he fired his management because they didn't win the bidding war for it.
That is the best marketing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've seen it everywhere now. Like this should be the marketing campaign. That's that rocks. And they pushed it up 6 months from its initial release.
Yeah. Yeah, they pushed they believe in this movie hard, so
this is going to be huge.
Better be.
I can't
Better
wait.
be a banger. If this movie sucks, I don't know what I'll do.
Brutal.
I don't know.
Me
Probably
neither.
just complain about it.
I'll probably tweet a couple times and forget about it.
I'll probably be like, oh man, that was disappointing.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna watch Thunderbolts again or something. Or maybe I'll watch Step Up 3D.
Oh well, yeah. Run it back. Get a fresh taste in your mouth.
With 3D glasses this time. The full experience.
You gotta do it. We also got the first trailer for Now You See Me 3, which is titled Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
Yeah. Now You 3 Me.
Now You 3 Me. That's better.
No.
I think they also announced a 4th one.
Ooh, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, but Now You See Me Again.
Nice. I actually might be lying. I don't know because I didn't write that down and I went through. Unless it happened last week. I don't know. But I remember reading that. So probably lying. Love to spread misinformation on the internet.
Yeah. Let's spread more misinformation. Let's make up something right now and we'll put it out right now. What's something that you want to make up for the world?
Oh, man. Oh, that's so much pressure.
James Gunn is going to cameo in every DCU movie.
Oh, nice. No, just the behind the scenes pictures.
Yeah, it is really funny that he's in every single behind the scenes.
It's becoming there was one like just the other day. It's like just Mr. Terrific, and he's just next to him for some reason. Every single picture. I saw someone quote tweet a behind the scenes from Thunderbolts, and they're like, "How are we supposed to know who's directing this if they're not in this picture?"
It's true.
So funny. What was I gonna? Oh, my rumor was gonna be the Batman Part 2's coming out.
Oh, okay. I like that. Wait, but you got to say according to sources, so that way.
According to sources, that's true. According to various sources.
Wow.
Many sources.
Oh, okay.
Few.
I'm gonna clip that and put it on the internet.
Perfect. That's
all
perfect.
Right. There you go.
Imagine that clip gets released right when it gets canceled.
Yeah. According to various sources, it's coming out. Unfortunate.
I like the cast for Now You See Me 3. I still have to watch Now You See Me 2, but I like the first one. I think it's a fun time. I love how the magic is magic, but they act like it's science. I think that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Just thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Dominic Sesta's in this.
Heck
Ariana
yeah.
Greenblatt, good. Someone else.
Justice
Who's the other
Smith
guy? Justice Smith. He's in
from
everything.
D&D. Yeah.
I like that
Some
guy.
say he's not been in a good movie, apart from I Saw the TV
I
Glove.
was gonna
I disagree with
Detective
these people.
Pikachu.
Well,
His
you gotta
best
talk to these
movie.
people. You gotta talk to these people. I'm not the
I
one
do.
saying it. I've just
I
heard
gotta.
that take out there.
I gotta tell everyone, Detective Pikachu is his best movie.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves? Come on
Another
now.
another banger. Another banger.
That one is a banger, apart from one character that I didn't like.
In Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Now let's move on.
One character you didn't like.
The barbarian one, Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh,
She just kept calling people bug, and I didn't like that.
interesting. Very interesting.
It's like they're clearly a human or elf or something.
Our final trailer of the week just dropped, Highest to Lowest.
Yeah.
The new Spike Lee movie.
Dropped a day early. A24 put out a thing and said, hey, the highest to lowest teaser's going to be coming out tomorrow. Get ready. And then Spike Lee posted the teaser on his Instagram.
That's awesome. This is starring Denzel Washington, Ice Spice, ASAP Rocky, and
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright. I haven't watched this trailer. I probably won't, just to be honest.
Yeah.
How we feeling?
I can't wait, man. You've got two really good actors, and then Ice Spice and then Denzel Washington and Jeffrey Wright. But I mean, Ice Spice is interesting. She's not in the teaser, so I wonder how big a role she's actually going to have. ASAP Rocky seems to have a pretty sizable role. It seems like him and Denzel are going to be the two leads. Are you familiar with ASAP Rocky's work before, his previous work?
I am not, I fear.
Oh, are you familiar with what ASAP stands for?
As soon as possible.
I don't think so.
Oh, what I've had an embarrassing week when it comes to not knowing music related things. I don't know if you saw that.
No, what happened?
In my Thunderbolts Easter egg video, I talk about how in the credits there's a bit where they have the team in an Alex Ross Justice League style painting. Apparently it's a Queen cover. And I didn't know anything about that. So apparently the Justice League thing is taking inspiration from the Queen cover. I didn't know that was a thing, and it's pretty on brand for me. And so many people in the comments are like, "Is this guy serious?" I'm just supposed to see every Queen cover. Yeah, it's rage bait, exactly. What does ASAP stand for?
I believe it stands for always striving and prospering, according to one song of his.
Isn't one of them a money sign though?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't make it. I'm just saying.
So
nice. Always $sign striving.
Always $sign. Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah. So you haven't seen the 2015 Sundance hit Dope?
Oh, I have seen Dope.
Yeah, he's in Dope.
Oh, I haven't seen it since like.
He's like the drug dealer guy that Shameik Moore like becomes friends with, and then they go to his party, and then stuff goes down, and he swaps his backpack with Shameik Moore.
Oh,
that movie has a crazy cast as well.
That's a good movie. I should rewatch that. It's been like
a great movie.
For some reason in high school, that was a movie that like everyone watched, which is weird.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Well,
was it a Netflix movie?
I think it was on Netflix. I don't think it was a Netflix movie though. But it was also. I think people watched it because it's like, oh, ASAP Rocky's in this. That's a rapper
that makes sense.
And also, it's just like I think people in high school like watching movies about other people in high school having a more exciting time.
And drugs. Just like, oh, I'm cool. I'm going to watch a movie about drugs.
Yeah.
Probably the ASAP Rocky thing, though, and I just didn't know that. And I was like, everyone's really into this movie for some reason. Let's go.
Everyone's really into drugs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good movie.
No, it is.
Shameik Moore before the weirdo arc.
So it's so brutal. Happy birthday, Shameik Moore, by the way.
It's his birthday?
I think it's his birthday.
Happy birthday, Miles.
It was his birthday at some point in the past couple days. I don't know.
The past 365 days, it's been his birthday for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That's about it for trailers for the week. Light news week, but we do have some DC stuff to talk about as we've mentioned. As we
approach the summer.
It was a beautiful. What day was it last week? Do you remember? Tuesday, Wednesday, when this news dropped.
One of them.
It was one of them. It was a beautiful day. I was out for a lovely hike. I was having it was a beautiful sunny day. Nothing could possibly go wrong. And I looked at my phone and I saw a disgusting film breaking news. Sergeant Rock has been canceled at
Yeah,
DC
this is
Studios, and I
this
fell
is
to my
devastating.
knees. It's devastating. It truly is. So we should preface this. It might not actually be canceled. Report, like I think the Hollywood Reporter posted like an hour after this initial article broke that
Yeah.
it seems to be delayed indefinitely. They wanted to film at a certain time. They couldn't get it lined up properly, so they're gonna kind of let this year finish and reevaluate it next summer.
So hopefully, Rockheads, fingers crossed.
Rockheads, don't worry. That does seem to confirm to me though that they were going to try and get this out for May of next year, which I think is interesting because they
Heck
do
yeah.
have an unslated release, so it would have been in between Superman and Supergirl. And I think it might be good that it's not because that month is insane right now.
Mhm.
Just generally, with I think it's got both Mando and Grogu and Avengers. Although Sergeant Rock's a different kind of.
Yeah, Sergeant Rock's way bigger than Mando and Grogu
That's
and
true.
Doomsday.
That's true.
I mean,
So
if you
true.
ask somebody what's Doomsday, they're going to give you 50 different answers. You ask somebody what's Sergeant Rock, they're going to say my favorite DC universe character,
Without doubt,
my
100%.
most anticipated upcoming Luca Guadagnino picture, of course.
That isn't going to happen, along with all of his other
Yeah,
movies that are announced.
yeah. I mean,
So
to be
good.
fair, they announced that, and then like within the span of like 4 days from him being announced as making a Sergeant Rock movie, they announced he's making like 10 other movies.
Yeah, that's the thing. This movie has a really weird kind of announcement. Like it was leaked. Oh, I don't even know how long ago now. Everyone was kind of like, "What are we talking about?"
They're
It
like, this is
wasn't a
obviously fake.
Yeah, like trades reported on it, but like no one at like James Gunn didn't officially acknowledge it until only a couple weeks ago when that article came
Well,
out.
to be fair, he was too busy taking pictures behind the scenes on
That's
Superman,
true.
so
That's true. He had some selfies to
he couldn't
take.
put a Threads post out there.
But I think even in that article, Peter Safran was like, "Yeah, and we have Sergeant Rock," and James Gunn was like, "Well, we didn't even announce that yet. That's just like out there." So like, it's really weird how this all has gone down, and it
Yeah,
started as a joke. I mean, we were kind of joking about Sergeant Rock since the
it was
beginning of this
never a joke for me.
podcast.
I've been a Rockhead since day one.
For me, I'll only speak for myself. I don't hate to put words in your mouth. Sergeant Rock got it started as a half joke. I was interested in it. I thought it was fun that like he showed up in Creature Commandos and stuff, and that they were going to do this, and that like we're doing something that's not a traditional superhero thing. We're getting like a director who wants to do something unique. So I like all that. But it was funny at first, and then when it was canceled, I was genuinely like disappointed. Like I was like,
Genuinely fell to your knees.
I fell to my knees. I was really, I
Well,
at some
hiking as well.
point,
That's dirty.
yeah, I fell down a mountain. It was,
Ouch.
I really found myself looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it would have been interesting too to see a Luca Guadagnino action film.
Yeah,
It's like I can't even imagine.
like what are we?
Oh,
I
and he's
do.
like looking for the spear that they used
Oh
to
yeah,
like
yeah.
kill
So
Jesus Christ.
yeah, he's trying to find it before the Nazis do.
Like that sounds like the best movie ever.
It does. Yeah, we found out a lot right after that cancellation came out. So that's the plot. He's trying to find. It's Indiana Jones basically. He's doing an Indiana Jones
No, no,
in
no.
World
It's
War II.
Sergeant Rock. Come on.
So Sergeant Indiana Jones pulled a Sergeant Rock is what I
Yeah.
should say.
What came first?
It's so true. And it seems like Colin Farrell was basically attached to star as Sergeant Rock. We heard
After
that, but
Daniel Craig dropped out.
yeah, so I think
Was
Daniel Craig dropping out might have kind of
killed
thrown
it.
this all into motion. Yeah, which
Yeah.
they were probably more ready to go. And then
Well, they
who was
weren't
in the
able to
middle
film
there?
it because Colin Farrell was, he was busy filming the Batman 2, I presume.
True. That's probably
So
why they had to push it back now
that's what I'm
because their
thinking.
filming's getting going.
Yeah.
Who was in the middle there? Was it Jeremy Allen
I
White?
think it was
He
Jeremy
was
Allen White was in talks, and
he
then,
was
like,
a
2 days
name.
later, he became Jabba's son or something.
Stinky.
Yes. Stinky the Hut. The
Hey,
Jack
this is like,
the Jack Gladiator, Stinky the Hut.
sorry, Luca, I'd love to be Sergeant Rock, but I have to go be Stinky the Hut. Would have been awesome if he was both of those. Movies came out
Oh,
like on the same day.
yeah. Stinky Rock double feature.
So it's gonna be Colin Farrell, Mike Feist, and
Yeah. David
David
Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah.
really good cast, man.
And there was rumors as well for a little bit of Mikey Madison being rumored.
Yes.
So she had talked about wanting to work with Luca Guadagnino, and I'm sure in her mind she was thinking, "I want to work with him on Sergeant Rock for DC Studios."
That's probably all
Calling
she
off
was
my
thinking, yeah.
Oscar, I want to be a supporting character in like a D tier DC, not even D, a Z tier DC character from the comics.
That's exactly what happened. And then Star Wars tried to get her too.
Yeah, that's really funny too.
That is funny. It's
Did you see the list of all the people that rejected being in Star
yeah,
Wars
it's
Starfighter, the
Sarah
worst made
Snook,
movie ever?
Mikey Madison,
Jesse Plemons of Hit Movie Game
Jesse
Night.
Plemons. Oh, there it is.
There
Nice.
it is.
It's crazy. I mean, you can't blame them.
Yeah.
It's like it's cool to be in a Star Wars movie, or at least it used to
Is
be
it?
cool to be in a Star Wars movie.
Is
But now, especially if you're a woman joining a Star Wars movie, you're just like
Yeah.
signing up to be harassed for years endlessly.
Yeah, well, you're making Star Wars political by being a woman in it.
That's true. That's true. So I should have worded that better. You're not, you don't deserve the harassment by signing up. That made it
But it's
sound
just
like it's all
yeah.
done. But like Disney's done nothing to protect anyone involved and has like kind of started to like bend the knee to the people complaining. So
Once
like,
again, I've got to defend them here. You say they've done nothing. They told Ewan McGregor to record that video
that's,
in his car saying, "We
that's
love
true.
Moses.
That's true.
We
That's
stand
true.
with Moses."
And that stopped it all. So
Yeah.
they just,
And they had that one tweet where the person was like, "Oh, why are you making Star Wars political?" And they said,
oh
"One,
yeah,
uh,
awareness isn't political.
yeah," and then they said, "Two, Star Wars is literally our name." And someone said, can
Oh,
you explain part 2?"
and then someone replied and they were like, "It's literally based on the Vietnam War." And then someone else replied and was like,
That's not true unless the US is the empire.
"Great work, media literacy at an all-time high."
Yeah. It's not even media literacy. Like, I mean, he's literally George Lucas has said like countless times, like, "Yeah, this is based on the Vietnam War."
I just love that guy figuring it out and being like,
Yeah.
"That can't be, no way."
I just love
Uh,
seeing Star Wars is our name being like, "Oh, what's so
yeah,
political about that?"
yeah, and then being like, "That would mean America's the bad guy, guys." They
Yeah.
wouldn't do that.
Also, like the entire prequels being like a senator like grasping power and
Yeah,
like
exactly.
oh,
Literally the line, "This is how liberty dies," with the
thunderous applause
thunderous
or
applause.
whatever.
That's his adjective.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
Obi-Wan right before he turns Anakin into Darth Vader soup in the lava pit, basically, he's like he literally says like, "I stand with the Republic,
With republic, with
with
democracy.
democracy." I mean, it's not even in the subtext, it's just in the text.
Yeah, it's just silly. It's just so silly to act like it's not a political franchise. The I mean, to be fair, they might not like outside of like I don't think Star Wars Starfighter is gonna have any overt
I
politics,
think it will.
but it's still.
I think Sean Levy's gonna make like a, communist manifesto that
I
Karl
think
Marx
he,
will be jealous of.
I think he's gonna tackle politics in a really tasteful, mature way
Yeah.
in Star Wars Starfighter.
It's not gonna be Ryan Gosling running around doing fart jokes for 2.5 hours.
No,
It's
that'd be
gonna be
really
like
good.
a really good critique of authoritarian and, fascistic leaders.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and
and
that's
how
what
they
we've always
oppress
wanted.
people that are and how the most oppressed are forced to have, you know, I don't know, violent,
Very,
rebellions.
very similar to the themes of Free Guy.
Yeah. What if you were in a game and you had Captain America's shield and he saw you take it and he said, "What? That's my shield." Yeah,
He did that.
can't wait for the Chris Evans cameo in Star Wars Starfighter.
Yeah. Dude, they just do the same bit again. He takes out a
Yeah.
shield. What the shit? He's watching. So dope.
That'd honestly be
Uh,
really funny though if they did it like they just used the same shot from Free Guy.
they just deep fake Gosling over Reynolds.
Yeah.
Anything else about Sergeant Rock?
Oh yeah, we were talking about Sergeant
Yeah, I
Rock.
know.
Yeah, I mean, this is a national tragedy.
It
I
is.
think that whatever day that was should be next year. I think like we should have a full day of silence in remembrance of what we lost.
I agree.
I'm gonna boycott Doomsday because I'm not seeing Sergeant Rock.
Sure, I'm gonna boycott everything.
Yeah,
Strike, national strike.
National movie strike.
James Gunn, if you don't release, that's
I
probably
can't
why
wait.
movies are tariffed now. It's because
James Gunn's got to take a picture with all of them. That's why
he just can't be everywhere at once. It's easier if he
Yeah.
just has to be in
it's
America.
easier if they keep him all in one country. He doesn't have to keep getting his passport stamped.
Exactly.
He can just walk to the next soundstage and get his picture taken behind the scenes
true.
of I don't know, Life of Chuck.
Is that all we got for Sergeant Rock?
I think so. There's not really much else to say except
We could
this is
talk
a
about it for
tragedy, and
hours.
James Gunn he belongs in The Hague for canceling this movie.
Yeah, I do think this is going to be. I think we're going to start hearing more cancellations over the next couple of weeks. I think this is kind of the first domino to fall. I don't know. I don't know if it's anything major, but like I don't think the Waller show is going to happen. I don't think the Booster Gold show is going to happen.
Yeah, I think that's dead.
I want those things to happen. I'd rather a Booster Gold movie, honestly. I don't know if I really care about the Waller show, to be honest.
I don't
think
care about either of them.
Yeah, I would like Booster Gold. I don't really care that much about Waller.
Is that essential to start a universe?
No, but it's fun.
Fair enough.
I just would rather it be a movie. I just don't really. And I think he could play a role going forward. I mean, we got some stuff kind of he could work with, whatever. We do have other DC news though. Not really that much news, but James Gunn talked about Clayface a little bit. He put out a post and said, "Happy anniversary, Clayface. Going to start filming soon."
I didn't know they were married.
What did I say? Oh, anniversary.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, he just put out a post and was like, Clayface is still happening. Don't worry.
Nice.
I was worried after the Sergeant Rock cancellation, Clayface would be
right.
next, but it seems like that's moving along.
I'm worried that he hasn't posted that about the Batman Part 2.
Yeah, I don't.
Reassure me, James.
Yeah.
It's Emmett, it's real and it's happening until they say explicitly that it's not.
I agree. I don't disagree with that. I just don't agree fully.
Interesting.
And that's my take.
Okay. I agree unless it's wrong, then I disagree.
Yeah, and I've always said that. I am very excited for Clayface. So September 11th, 2026. Is that right? 2026? Yeah, I think that is right. I stumped myself with that one, but that is right. So I didn't realize it was that soon. Awesome.
That's soon.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like
relatively
over here. Yeah, I guess.
It's for like a big superhero. I guess Doomsday is filming right now.
It's post GTA 5 though. Now
that I do have that. It is post GTA 5 by about a decade or so.
A decade?
Yeah. Maybe more.
Oh, damn
there we go.
I mean GTA 6.
I do have that written down. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. Shoot, I look a fool now.
Been delayed to May 2026.
And the least shocking news ever.
This fit kind of works for that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. The worst part about this though is that now we have to keep seeing those hilarious comments in every single Instagram post. It's like, wow, we got this before GTA 6.
Yeah.
I saw somebody in the announcement that it was getting delayed. Like one of the top comments was, wow, we got GTA 6 delayed before GTA 6.
That's kind of good. That one's kind of funny.
No,
even Discussing Film made a post and they were like, this is all the stuff we're getting before GTA 6.
Yeah, Doomsday before GTA 6 is crazy.
So May of next year is wild. And I am curious to see like because GTA 6 is like the biggest thing ever. Like it's supposed to be like the biggest media launch of all time. I'm wondering what that looks like for the movies. I don't think they get delayed or anything, but I think Doomsday is fine. I think that stuff's fine. But
is Mandalorian and Grogu okay?
I don't know. Well, that's like the sick. Well, yeah, that's true. It could still be affected. But like this could have big impacts on everything, including theaters.
It's true. People are gonna be staying home to rob banks and stuff.
Yeah. Like I've said for a while, I think like the world's gonna shut down for a couple days when it comes out. Like people are gonna be calling out of work on like a massive scale. Like it's gonna be huge.
That would be sick. Let's shut
It
everything
would
down
be
for a
sick.
couple
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, it'd be
I'm down
awesome.
with that. Let's do it.
I don't know if there's much else to say besides the delay, but rip.
Yeah.
It's good that it got delayed in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. I mean, as long as it comes out and it works and it's.
Yeah, exactly. And apparently it was to avoid crunch, which is always good.
Yeah, if you're into that kind of thing.
True. If you're into it.
Yeah.
So moving over to some Marvel stuff, we have some Jeremy Renner Marvel beef
Oh, yeah. Apparently.
involving this. Just seems kind of silly. Like this
Yeah.
whole like I can so Jeremy Renner said in an interview that he was approached for Hawkeye season 2 and they offered him half of what he made for Hawkeye season 1 and he said no to doing it. Pretty much a non-story. Like it's fine. Like that makes sense. I don't think anyone's like in the wrong because
I mean, it's kind of crazy to offer him half the money.
yeah, no, it is. It's crazy. But I assume he would have a smaller role. And I also assume that they were just throwing money at those Disney Plus shows at the start.
Oh,
Like
for
they
sure.
were putting ridiculous money into it and they're scaling that back. So I think that's probably a big part of it. And I don't blame Jeremy Renner for not doing it for half the money.
Yeah.
But
It was funny, though, what he said, where he's like, you think because I got run over by a snowmobile that I'm half the Jeremy Renner now?
it's pretty good. That is really funny. So yeah, it doesn't seem that big of a deal. I mean,
Yeah.
it sucks, but I don't think he would have been like the guy. Like I feel like it's probably a Kate Bishop show and he's there. And I'd like to see season 2 of Hawkeye. Of all of the shows,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
probably the one I want to see the most. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking I said that and I was like,
what about Secret Invasion
oh man.
or Moon Knight
Oh man. Yeah,
or
so
I don't know.
good thing you said that. So a big Wall Street Journal article came out today, or
Uh-oh.
not today, a couple days ago, about kind of both the downfall and redemption of the
Oh, yeah.
MCU, kind of what's been going on behind the scenes, and it
It's been
seems
great. No
yeah,
issues.
nothing's gone wrong whatsoever. So post Endgame, kind of around the Disney Plus launch, it was no, it was Bob Chapek then I think, right? I should have pulled this article up.
I don't
Idiot.
remember.
I think it's Chapek because it's
Sucks that they
Iger
have
now.
2 different Bobs.
I know we got to get yeah. So Bob Chapek was like, "Look, we got to just pump shit out. We got to just keep this going," which we all knew that was kind of what was going on with the streaming
Right.
stuff. It's not exactly a secret. And a lot of the shows Feige didn't necessarily want to do or want
Mhm.
to be involved with, and he ended up being spread so thin that people in those teams for different movies and shows would have to hunt him down in the hallway just to say something. And by the time he gave any feedback, it was too late.
Yeah.
This all makes a lot of sense. It
Yeah.
explains a lot. And I think we can see the effects still with the Ironheart show that comes out in a couple weeks and has
Yeah, the
had
show that they're dumping.
they don't want it to exist. And I honestly don't really blame them because if it's not good, we're kind of in a big we're so back moment.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
But,
I don't have
like, rule number 1 of the MCU, we gotta be so back so it can be so over the next
that's true.
time, and then it can be we're so back again.
That is true. That's very true.
You gotta continue the cycle. That's the real magic of the Infinity War Endgame era. Although not really, because we got Ant-Man and the Wasp in between.
Fine movie.
Yeah, Walton Goggins tries his best to save it, but
It does. I
man,
think Ant-Man and the
I can't
Wasp
wait
is
for him to come back.
like just the most like average movie ever made. Like I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's good. I just think it's the most movie. It just
Mm,
exists. They do things. It doesn't really mean anything. It's just there.
I don't know. I think it is pretty boring.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a while. I'll give it a rewatch sooner or later.
Hmm.
But Paul Rudd goes tiny toddler size and runs around to school.
Yeah, for like 2 seconds. It's a
That's 2
long
seconds.
movie. Yeah.
Anyway,
Ugh.
so now they're switching back to kind of 2 Disney Plus shows every year, disconnecting them more than they were because Feige said himself it feels like homework for a lot of people, which is true.
Yeah. But not according to some people not according to a
Dude,
Marvel fan 123 on Twitter.
exactly. It's it's crazy because a lot of like diehard Marvel fans. Hey, I've been there, brother. It's all right. You can criticize things. It's actually fine. I
Mm-mm.
used to be that way for sure. You can relax. It's fine. But they've been saying for years like it's actually Marvel never has done anything wrong. It's just the people's fault. Like people,
Mhm.
this is how it always was, and people are. It's not homework, and yeah, it's not homework to us because we watch everything.
Right.
It's I didn't even watch Echo or What If season 3. Like I don't even watch everything, and this is a big part of my job is watching this stuff. I couldn't get through Echo if you put a gun on my head. Okay, that's extreme.
I
That's
got through Echo, man.
I'll get there one day. I'll get there one day.
You
I
missed
haven't
out on not much.
I think I watched the first 2 or 3. I
I
just
couldn't
couldn't.
tell you anything that happened.
Sorry for the dog interruption. Rude. Jesus. Uh uh yeah, so they're separating stuff again. If it's
Yeah.
gonna feel like you don't have to watch everything, which I don't movie wise, I've never really felt like you have to watch every movie to understand what's going on. Like I get
Mhm.
that, but when you introduce the shows, I mean you could see it with stuff like the Marvels, which was relying on 2 Disney Plus characters, and it's the biggest bomb they've ever had.
Yeah. That's why Thunderbolts is interesting that it's kind of doing well
It's doing
because it's doing
okay.
alright, but, I mean,
It's
it's
closer to
built
well than
entirely on, like, almost exclusively Disney Plus
yeah.
characters.
And for a
It's
lot of
really
people
just
even
Bucky and,
yeah.
I guess, the Black Widow crew, but that's not
I
the most
was
popular movie.
yeah, I was gonna say even for, like, Black Widow, a lot of people probably watched it on Disney Plus when it came out because it was the
Mhm.
COVID era thing. But it is doing solid. It's
Yeah,
definitely not doing bad. And I think it'll leg out with good reviews.
and with it now being called,
Oh,
something
oh,
else,
something else
maybe.
that isn't really a spoiler now because
They're putting
we'll
billboards
put
up with the new name on there,
yeah,
so
it's out there. We should actually speed along to the Thunderbolt stuff.
yeah.
Uh,
I
yeah,
guess,
so
yeah.
that what are your thoughts on the Wall Street Journal article? It's not super
It's not
shocking.
really shocking, it's just like, "Oh, okay, that's what I thought was happening."
Yeah, exactly.
So
Last bit of news here before we can move on. Ryan Reynolds is in the early stages of working on a new Deadpool X-Men MCU movie. Very early stages. Like he hasn't even pitched this, so it's
mhm.
really not even a guarantee it's happening. I'm sure Feige has like a plan for X-Men. I don't know if this fits in there, but
There is one interesting tidbit about this, which is
Mhm.
after Deadpool and Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds said, "If I ever start working on Deadpool 4, my wife and family will leave me." So, I wonder if we'll get another update on that.
that's why it's Deadpool slash X-Men. It's not Deadpool 4.
Okay. But
It's
technically,
a
Deadpool and Wolverine was not Deadpool 3, so
that is true actually. So
I don't know
that's
if
so
the
he'd have to
loophole
do 2
counts.
more. He'd have to do 2 more solos to get to
Oh,
4.
okay, so he's got time.
He's got
Alright,
plenty of time.
alright.
I do think this is the way to do Deadpool in the future. Just like throw him into stuff. I
Yeah,
think that's fun. I think
put him
you
as a
could
side
do
character and
yeah,
just
yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing like a real Deadpool 3 eventually with like those Deadpool centric characters, but I don't need it necessarily. And I think you throw him, do a Deadpool and Gambit movie, do a Deadpool and anyone, literally anybody. I would like to see a Deadpool and Captain America and Wolverine movie. I think that's fun.
Okay.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
Okay,
Everyone
I
wants
believe you.
Deadpool and Spider-Man. That would probably be
That would
fun,
suck.
but it'll never happen.
Directed by John Watts, probably.
Okay, well, we
Cool.
don't have to do yeah, we don't have to
There'll be
I
one good scene.
every time I see the Fantastic Four trailer, I'm like, "Man,
Dude,
we dodged the biggest bullet of all
yeah.
time."
But it's alright though, because he went off and made hit movie Wolves
That's true. That's true.
for Apple
Brought in
TV.
buku bucks. Don't you love Spider-Man Far From Home?
I do.
So,
I have
like
it in my MCU rewatch. It is my highest rated Spider-Man movie.
oh, oh
But, I
my
mean, they're all rated 4
god.
stars. I just placed it a little
They're
higher.
all 4?
Yeah.
Damn.
To
I just
me?
did a post-Endgame ranking, and Far From Home's, like, the 3rd from the bottom.
Yeah, see, that's ridiculous.
It is not
That
ridiculous.
is ridiculous.
It is
What
so
would you have
not.
below it, and what'd you have above it?
Below it, I only had Quantumania and Love and Thunder. Brave New World might be below it also.
Brave New
No,
World is definitely below it.
I think Brave New World is, like, equal to it, but I think it's above it.
Oh, you're drunk. What are you talking about? Brave
Dude,
New World, the movie that's
Brave
10
New World.
movies stitched together.
Yeah, it says a lot about Far From Home.
Uh-uh.
I don't even hate Far From Home. I just don't think it's good.
You don't hate Far From Home. You just said that it was garbage. It was bottom 3. What's above it? What's above it? What's the like 1 or 2 right
Everything
above
else.
it? No, like 1 or 2
Okay.
right above it.
Yeah,
Because
hold on,
now
hold
I
on. Hold on,
know
pull
we
it
said
up.
we should hurry up and rush to the Thunderbolts part, but
We could do a little ranking.
yeah, now this is you've got me riled up here now.
It will illuminate my my thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the first official poster for Thunderbolts with the new name dropped.
Let's
They
go.
posted it.
So it's
I
not a
do.
spoiler anymore.
I wonder if we'll see like any significant box office bump. I do think it's kind of okay. We'll get to that. We'll get
We
to that.
might, yeah,
I think it could also lead to like confusion though
for sure.
for like the general. Okay, here's my list.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Far From Home is 4th. It below it here. I'll just read out my ranking bottom to
All right.
top.
This is post Endgame?
This is post Endgame, just movies, not shows,
Okay.
or special presentations even.
Right.
Thor: Love and Thunder, very bottom. I think it's
Yeah.
the worst MCU movie.
That's
Quantumania, a little
correct.
bit above
Correct.
it.
Haven't
Then Brave
rewatched
New
it.
World, then Far From Home, then Shang-Chi, then Black Widow, then Wakanda Forever, then Deadpool and Wolverine, then Eternals, then No Way Home, then Multiverse of Madness, then Thunderbolts, then Guardians 3. No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness are interchangeable. I really like both of those.
Man, I don't. So you're a Black Widow truther.
I think
Respect.
I think
I've got Black Widow ranked just below the Spider-Man movies in mine.
I have Black Widow at 3.5. I think it's
I think that's what I have it at as well.
I also have
No,
Shang-Chi
I
at
have
three
it
and
at
a half.
4 even.
Shang-Chi seems low, but
Yeah, I have
I have it at
Shang-Chi at
3.5.
10 on my total rankings. I haven't gotten to
Mm.
we're up to I think Quantumania is the next one, so it's really it's really tough now whenever Rebecca asks me and is like, "Oh, should we like watch Quantumania?" And I'm like, "I really don't want to put myself through that, but
Brutal.
I'm going to have to do it eventually."
Oh, so brutal.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
looking forward to getting Quantum, but
honestly, ranking it like this, I was like there's 4 of these that I'd say are like bad, but the rest are either good to like really great. Like if you don't include the shows, I think post Endgame MCU has been like fine. But if you
yeah,
include the shows, it does
the shows
obviously.
drag it down.
There's some
Also,
really bright spots.
you're a
Really
big Eternals fan, huh?
big Eternals fan. I've seen that movie 4 times now.
How do you have the
I
time for that?
I have it at 4 stars. I know. It's been a
Oh,
couple of
come
years.
on.
I actually ordered the 4K not that long ago.
Wow.
Canceled. Because
Of
that was like a month ago.
the 32 that I've got ranked right now, Eternals is sitting at 27.
Really? That's
I
how
rewatched
terrible
it
I
and I
get.
was expecting to like it, and I just was like, "Wow, this is really boring for a
That's
lot
fair.
of the movie."
I don't
I
know
just
what it
didn't
is. I
care about the
really
characters enough for a
That's fair.
character-driven movie.
I
But
really like it.
anyway, I've got a new one that I've added to this ranking here, and
Mm.
it's pretty high up there.
Yeah, that's nice. Smooth.
So I don't know if
Same.
you want me to reveal my Thunderbolts
Yeah,
overall
let's do it.
ranking yet.
Is yours
All right,
number 1?
of the entire MCU now.
No, of the post Endgame. Well, we'll
Post
get to it.
Endgame? Yeah, I guess it would be. Well,
Whoa.
I haven't seen Guardians 3 yet though. I
Are you
haven't gotten to
serious?
Guardians 3 yet.
At
No, like
all?
I've seen it, but I haven't rewatched
Oh,
it and
okay.
ranked
I
it.
was like, what?
No. I've
That's
seen it.
Guardians
So,
3, in my opinion, is the best MCU movie.
right now on my list, again, I'm only up to Quantumania for this ranking. I've got
Fair.
Guardians 1 at number 1 and Guardians
Nice.
2 at 2.
Nice.
So, we'll see where Guardians 3 ends up, but I
Very
imagine it'll
fair.
be pretty high up
Love it.
there.
I gotta
But
rewatch Guardians 3 soon, man. I
I've
fucking
got
love that movie.
Thunderbolts in, and this might be pretty controversial here. I've got it in at number 6 right now.
Nice. I gotta do a full ranking of the MCU. I have one, but I need to rewatch stuff. It's kind of outdated. I think
Mhm.
Thunderbolts will probably comfortably be in my top 10.
Yeah, I think 6 might be a little crazy. I may have gotten a little bit of "we're
What
so
do you have?
backfilled."
What do you have directly below it?
Okay, the 2 directly below it, well, the 3, I guess, maybe. So I'll just read you 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Okay.
So 10 is Shang-Chi.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, I really like Shang-Chi up until the
Respect.
last 20 minutes.
Fair.
And then Thor Ragnarok is 9.
Respect.
And then we've got Civil War at 8.
Respect.
And then Endgame at 7. So
Respect.
I've got it above Endgame and Civil War,
I would
which
probably
feels rough.
I'd put Thunderbolts above Shang-Chi and Ragnarok
Mhm.
comfortably for me, I think, but I don't think I'd put it above Civil War and Endgame.
It's just because I rewatched them, and rewatching them at home, I just was like, there's a lot of parts of it where I'm like, I don't know. Doesn't
Fair.
hit the same. So I think Thunderbolt is also definitely benefiting from the in-theater
My
experience of it.
my second watch, people were really into it. People were into it first watch, but like mostly just a couple people kind of exclaimed, but people were like really having a good time,
Yeah.
which is fun.
Damn.
Nothing
I wish I
better.
went. I should have got off the game to go see it.
Let's dive into Thunderbolts time.
Yeah.
I
Let's
think
dive
our
in.
thoughts are pretty clear after that, but what did you rate it?
I believe I rated it 4.5.
I did as well both times.
Yep.
There is a shot in like a month it goes down to a 4.
For
There's a
sure.
shot it goes up to a 5. Who knows?
Who
I
knows?
I like this movie a lot, man. It feels good to like it this much.
Yeah.
I'm just happy. I Since watching this, I've been in such a I'm so MCU pilled again. Scrolling Twitter, seeing people like shipping different characters from the movie,
Mhm.
theorizing about where they're going, being like, "Oh, how's this character going to interact with this character in the next Avengers movie?" It's so fun, man. This is the stuff I love. Everyone's happy. Everyone's having fun. I have some minor criticisms with the movie, I think, here and there.
Mhm.
Nothing super major. But yeah, really like it.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun, I feel like. And like, I don't know, man. As soon as the opening started and she's doing the like
Yeah,
voiceover, she jumps off the building, starts taking out the guards, the first like hallway
yeah.
fight, I was like, all
Do
right,
you
we're in
know
for a banger.
do you know who that one guard is? That
The scientist guy?
yeah, that walks in with the gun and like they have a little standoff.
Yeah, that was Psychowitz from
That was
Victorious, right?
Psycho with from
Yeah, I found that out
Victorious,
the other
Eric
day.
Long.
I was like,
Awesome.
"What?"
I didn't connect the dots initially, but I thought the guy looked familiar, and then I saw it on Twitter and I was like, no way.
Yeah, I didn't connect the dots either till I saw it on Twitter
Awesome.
later, but I was like, "Oh my god."
Should we just take this movie beat by beat? Kind of talk
Yeah,
about
we can go beat by beat.
we'll go really beat by beat here. I love the Marvel Studios opening on this one.
Yeah,
One of my favorites they've done. It's back to kind of the comic. It's all Thunderbolts comics, and then it's slowly all Sentry, and then it's slowly the
and then it
Void.
voids out, yeah.
So cool.
Which I was gonna say, that was, like, another thing with Brave New World, they had none of the, like they didn't have the
Fanfare.
normal intro, and it just felt I don't know, it just felt
Yeah,
weird.
it was like it was supposed to be like the espionage kind of vibe. It's like Marvel Studios presents. I think it could work, but you got to do a good move. You got like you can't
Yeah,
like
but
if
I don't
that
know,
was on. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I think you just
I
stick if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the fanfare is the way to go, and I like how it's kind of showing love to the comics, and I
Mhm.
wouldn't mind like some sort of way to do both, like how the Phase 3 and 4 one was all like the big MCU stuff, and now we're kind of doing a comic thing. Maybe mix them together somehow.
Honestly, I'll say this, I kinda like the comic stuff more than the Phase 3 and 4 intro.
Fair.
Like, the old intro when it was, like, the flipping
Yeah,
pages
yeah.
sound and it was all the different comics, I was like, "That's cool, I like that." And then the other one, I was like, "Alright, it's kinda cool." But
Fair.
I think that
Yeah,
I think they should just keep them all like this now.
yeah. I wouldn't mind it. I really like the Phase 3 and 4 because it's fun to see what scenes they've added from like the last release.
Right.
And I like seeing like different characters pop up, but I do get the comics
But,
thing
like,
more.
if they stick with this, the Doomsday one's gonna be pretty interesting.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be so sick.
Well, I know
Uh,
that the Fantastic Four one's gonna be like a '60s kinda stylized intro.
People at
So
my theater last night were going crazy for the Fantastic Four trailer. There was a guy in front of
yeah.
me, and he like Silver Surfer popped up, and he was like, "Oh!" And then Galactus popped up at the end. He was like, "Oh!" And then he turned to his boy. He was right in front of me. He turned to his boy, and he's like, "I didn't see that one." That trailer. He was so into it. And then, well, never mind.
Yeah. But no, I'm excited for Fantastic Four as well now. Like we're gonna be so back times 2 for
dude,
the
I'm so
movies.
excited for someone. I think it was Alex from Cosmic Circus. If one of the scoopers, I think it was him. I don't know for sure. Said that internally, Marvel Studios is regarding Fantastic Four as like one of the best things they've ever made, and they're like unbelievably proud of it, more so than like anything.
That's
I'm
pretty
really
good because the reports
pretty
before were
good.
that they were very happy with how Thunderbolts came out, and
Huh.
then it came out and it was really good. So if they're saying
Yeah,
that, that's all right.
pretty good. Okay, so yeah, we talked about Yelena jumps off the building, kind of goes in. We see a really cool action sequence of her just like from the top
Mm-hmm.
bird's eye view kind of thing with shadows. Like there was depth. I know we talk about this for like trailers and stuff, but like it looked like a movie. They were doing like blocking and there was depth and shadows are moving.
Yeah,
What a world.
awesome.
Awesome.
I can't wait to have that for one more movie.
Well, we'll get to that. I don't
We'll
want
get
to
to it.
get
We'll
the
get to it.
spoilers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you know where I was going to go with that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So after that, she kind of let's skip to the vault. I think, right? Is that kind of the next big?
Yeah, we can skip to the vault, and then I think that after that we can get into like talking about it with spoilers. Because
Yeah,
so
I think so.
far, like the stuff we're saying is just like it's in the trailers and
Yeah,
stuff.
definitely. So actually, before the vault, I think we get the bit with like the Avengers kind of remembering the Avengers thing that Val threw.
Yeah,
Little
she's good. It's like
party.
kind of at the same time as the vault.
Yeah, true, true. And we see like Bucky kind of talking to the other congressman, and I think it's really funny how he like pulls him to the corner. And he's like, "There's no security cameras here. We could talk." Like he's
Yeah,
still doing spy shit, and he's like flirting with Val's assistant to try and get the
yeah.
information, which is really fun.
Did you see Geraldine Viswanathan posted a thing?
To Bedcam by Sabrina Carpenter, and
Yeah,
she's like, "This is for Bucky."
yeah. So
So funny. A lot of
who
people are
knows?
shipping those two that
Yeah, a
characters.
lot of people are thinking also that she's Songbird because she's in
Yes,
the Thunderbolts and
pretty much
same
confirmed
name.
yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Executive producer, forget his name now. I'm sorry to him, but he did an interview. IMDb was like, "Give us a fun fact," and he was like, "There's a character in this movie that everyone thinks is a certain character, and she is."
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. He specifically said like because of something she wears. So yeah, I think he will.
Oh yeah,
She
because she has
will.
like
She has
a
like a
songbird
songbird.
necklace
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
So I think she will be songbird at some point. I was kind of hoping for that to happen in the movie,
Hmm.
but I think she's. I really like Geraldine as an actress, and I think she's really
Yeah.
fun
I think
in this
she
movie.
was great, but I couldn't help but watch it when I was watching it the first time. I've only seen it once, but when I was watching it the first couple like parts of it, I was like, man, that's supposed to be Iowa Debris right
I
now.
I
I
knew
don't-
you were gonna be thinking
couldn't help
that.
but hurt a little bit
So
because
fair.
like it feels like it was written also like I could feel like the lines and stuff. I could feel like I could
Yeah,
kind of see and envision what how Iowa Debris would deliver it.
I feel that about another character as well.
Yeah,
They make say a certain word a lot.
several times.
So yeah, and in that little Avengers museum or party thing, again, looks like a movie. Like
Hmm.
it's really well shot. It's the color. I keep saying this like every episode when anything looks like
Sound
a
like Harry
movie.
Styles.
I know, I really do, but it's very refreshing.
Hmm.
So the vault, this is where shit gets down. I guess spoiler alert.
Yeah. I mean, they're all sent there by Val to
Yeah, yeah.
kill each other,
To
basically, and then big spoiler alert: the
big
dogs are
spoiler
out.
alert.
They don't want any
Yeah, yeah.
spoilers.
They haven't seen it yet.
That's true. That's true. They're waiting for it to drop on Disney Plus.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So it's all a trap,
mhm.
and we get
And
the first death in the movie
the
and the
shocking
last.
death scene that no one saw coming.
Yeah, exactly. Ghost shoots Taskmaster right in the head in the most unceremonious death.
Yeah, but Taskmaster did get a line in before
True.
she died.
I do like
So,
that bit though, where she's like talking to Elena and she's like, "I'm not here for you,"
mhm.
and then afterwards, Elena's like, "Show some respect." I don't know how I feel about this bit. I gotta be honest.
About killing Taskmaster off right
Yeah,
away?
yeah. I don't know if
I
I
don't
love
care.
it. I don't care that much, but like, I do think it would have been fun to see Taskmaster in the movie. The original script had her as like a bigger player throughout. And I would have liked. I think I would have liked to see that, and then maybe she has like a death saving a little
Later
girl or
on.
something, like just something that kind of connects it. And
True.
like a lot of people are talking about, like, oh, Black Widow, did all this to save Taskmaster, and she died like this. It's
Yeah.
been 11 years in like the MCU timeline. Like it's not like it's right after that, so that doesn't
Right.
bother me that much. But I do like she does go right back to kind of being a mercenary and like this whole thing,
Yeah.
and I think this is so dumb. I think in that little bit we see of her, like I really like seeing Taskmaster fight. I think it's really fun.
No, I was gonna say the same thing. When she did she bounced the shield off the
Yeah,
floor to like block the bullets coming in. I was like,
yeah.
that's pretty cool. It sucks that
She
you're gonna die in a
I
second.
know, she whips out the sword, she's got, like, the Hawkeye trick arrows, like, it's
Yeah.
really fun seeing this character fight and be like, "Oh, this is from that, this is from that," and I think it would've been cool to see her, like, taking the other Thunderbolts powers over the course of the
Yeah.
movie, like, she can kinda
But
and
here's the thing.
there's yeah.
They could also do, since they did with Black Widow, they could just give her a show or something that's a prequel of what she's been up to since Black
True,
Widow.
true.
Just have her do like a, villain of the week contract kill for Val show for like
Yeah,
6 episodes.
yeah, or, like, a special presentation or something, or bring in
Or just
the
pretend that she
real
never existed and that's it.
yeah, bring in the real Taskmaster, which I think they'll probably do at some point, probably in, like,
Yeah.
a Spider-Man thing, but yeah, I think and there's some concept art from Black Widow with Taskmaster with, like, falcon wings and, like, doing Spider-Man
Yeah.
web stuff, like, that'd be cool, I like the idea. That
Why'd
was
they
really
make it
fun in
not
Black
cool?
Widow. I know, that was one of the really fun parts of Black Widow is, like, watching Taskmaster fight and be like, "Oh, that's from Civil War," like, I just think that's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, Taskmaster bites it, and funniest line in the movie for me, I think, is after they shoot Taskmaster, both Ghost and John Walker start like looting her body,
Yeah.
and Yolanda's like, "Have some respect," and John's like, "Yeah," talking to Ghost, and then he sees her gun and he picks up the barrel, and Yolanda's like looking at him, and he goes, "You want me to have it? I need it."
Yeah, John
Saying
Walker was funny in this, man.
he
They
was
they had
so
him.
funny. Saying she'd want me to have it is so funny. He can also jump like 100 feet in the air.
Yeah, that guy did a big jump.
Since when can he do a jump that big?
Maybe he's been training since his wife and kid
Yes.
left him.
Yeah, I guess so. I
Spoiler
like
alert.
yeah, we're in spoilers.
Yeah,
I
we are
like
in.
John Walker a lot in this.
Hmm.
Like a lot. Like I
And you always
really
liked
like
what he
him.
did as well.
And I've always been a big fan of him just as a character
Yeah.
and all of his actions.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, Falcon and the Winter Soldier came out and like it's very much like you're not supposed to like this guy, which you're not. But for the
Right.
first 4 episodes or so, he's just kind of like abrasive. Like he's not like inherently bad in those episodes. He's different. He's, the perfect soldier, whereas Steve's the perfect man. He's not fit to be
Right.
Captain America, obviously.
No.
That's for sure. But like, I don't know, watching that show, it kind of really makes you not like him initially. And I don't even know if it's the show doing that or more just like us as fans doing that when the show's coming out because we want Sam to have the shield and, we think he's being disrespectful to the mantle and all that stuff. But like up until the big moment, he's really not that bad of a guy. And Bucky and Sam kind of being dicks to him initially. Like they're kind of assholes to him too. But you don't blame him. But like, yeah, he did do a very bad thing, obviously. But like, they say it in the movies. She's like, "You killed an innocent guy." He wasn't exactly an innocent guy. He didn't necessarily deserve that. But like, John's not this evil guy. His best friend was killed. He's all roided out from super soldier serum, and he kills a terrorist. Like, he's not fit to be Captain America, but heroes kill in this universe all the time. As long as you're not doing it with the Captain America shield, who cares?
True. But he
Say
did take a guy's head off with the Captain America shield, so that's some pretty tough
exactly.
imagery.
No, exactly. That's why he's not Captain America. But like everyone's like Steve killed people, so why can't John? Steve didn't, cave a guy's chest in and behead him in the middle of a street and bloody the shield. He killed Nazis in action. He killed Hydra in action. Like it's not the same thing.
Yeah. And
And
Steve did it and looked cool.
exactly. And I think John's really fun in this. I think he's silly. I think he's a dick. I think he's fun to watch. I love his suit. I love his suit.
I like
think
his
it's so
taco
cool.
shield he gets.
I love the taco shield.
Yeah.
I love how he does the shield and the gun. Like I think it's I'm a big John Walker guy now, I guess.
Ooh, okay.
He's got me. I love his look in the post credit scene too.
His beret rocks, man. I saw somebody posted a picture of it, which I do not condone taking a picture in the movie theater of the screen. You're a
The
villain.
first time we watched this, I had to tell the guy next to me to put his phone away.
Really?
Texting, just texting. What are we
Damn.
doing?
Yo, I'm watching Thunderbolts right now. This is crazy.
Yeah, he was. To be fair, he was very nice. He was like, "Sorry,
Damn.
it's okay."
I didn't even know that. That's crazy. I was all good where I was at. I was situated between friends, so
Yeah.
I didn't have the random chance encounter.
I thought you were going to be to my right, so I was like, "Oh, we're good. I don't have to say anything." And then that random,
Yeah.
whatever. We'll get to that.
Sorry.
Whatever.
Sorry, I ruined it.
No,
But
no, that
they
was
took a picture of John Walker in the post credit scene with his beret, and they said, "Look at my goat, man. He looks amazing." He
he
looks so
does.
silly, man.
He does. He's so silly. He's also still got the taco shield.
Yeah. It's been over a year, and he's like, I like him.
He's a character I'm really excited to see interact with like the greater MCU in the next two Avengers
Yeah.
movies.
We're gonna get a 22 Jump Street reunion with him and Channing Tatum.
Oh hell yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
I
This is
I
a
tweet
really Channing Tatum heavy episode.
It is a lot of Channing chat. Channing chat. I
Chatting
I
Tatum.
yeah. Oh, that's good.
That's a podcast
I
all about Channing Tatum, and that's what he's up to.
I tweeted about it, but I'm really excited at the inevitable scene of John, Steve, Bucky, Red Guardian, and Sam all like passing a couple shields around. I
Yeah.
think, or just seeing. I really want to. Chris Evans is almost definitely in these movies. I don't even think we have to act like he's not.
I
Like
don't know.
Deadline reported like what, but
Who
like
knows?
yeah, there's a chance he's Captain Hydra, which I think would be more interesting.
That would be way more
But like
fun.
the idea of seeing like our Steve interact with John Walker, I think would be really, really interesting to see.
Yeah, I hope they
And
do that when he looks like Joe Biden still,
that'd be
like
kind
the
of.
aged up version.
I wouldn't mind that. I think it'd be fun because I think the conversation. I think it'd be like I think Steve would come at it from like a really compassionate angle, and I think that's what I want to see. Like just like a really, and I think that could change John if like Steve doesn't condone what he did, obviously, but him
Right.
being like, you're not your past, you're doing good now. Like I think that conversation would be really healing for John, and I'd like to see it.
Mm.
Anyway,
We'll be seated.
onto characters that aren't John Walker.
Yeah.
Where were we in this beat by
We're at
beat thing?
we got all the way up to the
The vault.
vault.
10 minutes in.
Yeah.
We don't have to go beat by beat. We could just chat at
Yeah.
this
I
point.
don't
I
think
feel
we're
like
built
there's a
for beat
lot.
by beat.
We're not built for beat for
We
beat.
don't we'd be able to do it if like we had a written guideline down, but we
Maybe
do
next
not.
time. And I think
Yeah.
there's so much to talk about
Maybe
with this stuff.
Fantastic Four will have that.
Yeah, smart.
We'll
Very
get
smart.
to it.
I gotta stop writing my notes on paper because then I can't Google. If I just got like my laptop, I can Google stuff.
Just writing down what did John Walker wear in the post credit?
Oh, okay. Should we talk about the post credit scene for a second? I know it's kind of
Yeah, we'll
silly to
jump
do it in the
forward.
middle. We said before, like Avengers is gonna look ugly and stuff.
I still look
Post
that
credit
ugly.
scene looks really good. Like
I'll counter with this though.
okay,
I
it's not.
think I know that the Russo brothers directed it for sure.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's just like a basic conversation
yeah,
scene.
yeah,
It's not like, a crazy scene that they, with like action or anything going on.
yeah.
But I think that the color grading probably was done by the same people that did the color grading on Thunderbolts.
It definitely could
So
be.
I
That
don't
would.
think it was a whole separate color grading team just for the post credit scene. I mean, I could be
Yeah,
wrong,
I
but I
hope you
think that
are, but
that's
I
where the
don't.
color
Yeah,
is probably coming from, based off
yeah.
of every single Russo brothers movie, MCU or otherwise, since they've been in there. I mean, like even Winter Soldiers, kind of.
Yeah. I
Like,
don't think you're wrong, but I do hope you are. But I
I hope so too.
I do think this could be like the I don't know. I think this could be like a push to make it look like a movie. Just because of how much they need it to do something. Like it
Mhm.
not that that matters, Infinity War and Endgame don't exactly look great. They look good enough. I don't think there's few bits where I'm like that looks really bad. Like I
Right.
think Endgame has some good colors outside of the third act, and I think same with Infinity War. It just kind of looks, very, very CGI-y.
Yeah, it's got. Oh god, it's got some parts of it where the CGI and green screen looks pretty rough,
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
but
But outside of the color grading, like the post-credit scene, like I think there's blocking, they're in a real set, and I think it could be
Sure.
a scene from Doomsday. I think it could
I
just
think
be
that'd
the
be fun
opening.
if they did that.
I think so too. Yeah. This guy,
That'd be
this
fun.
we're just in spoilers now.
Yeah.
The ending of the movie where they reveal the asterisks,
Uh-huh.
dude. When they, oh my god, I don't even know. You could have seen me during this. I don't know. I was going, like, my heart when they say New Avengers and the fucking Avengers theme kicks in.
Yeah.
I'm in 2019 again, making like I am so back. It's not even funny. I am like the old MCU brained me from like 2021 just shot back in. Like we are so my heart was racing. I could run through a brick wall. Even last night, second watch, shaking at the theme kicking in. I'm like, we're back. This is it. Oh man. And then that right into that post-credit scene of like
Yeah.
we're setting up Avengers, the Fantastic
Well,
Four are here.
speaking of the themes
Oh,
and the post-credit scene, did you have the post-credit scene spoiled for you? Because I missed this the first time.
I didn't. Luckily, I missed it. Second time I was looking out for it. It's clear as day.
Yeah.
It's brutal. They
I just
have
wasn't
to
paying
do it.
attention, but that's so
Same.
funny that they have the
It's
Fantastic Four theme and it's clearly not been in the movie.
it really it's yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. How do you feel about the post credit scene just in terms of it setting up the Fantastic Four like that? Because a lot of people are saying it spoils
It
the
does
movie.
kind of spoil it. Like for people that just watch the movies and they're not like, weirdo
Normal
freaks that are
people.
like, yeah, like looking on, people that have never heard of when you tell them, "Oh, I watched the new Rockstars video." They're like, "What's that?" People with jobs basically. They're like when you're like, "Oh yeah, like I mean, we kind of knew that they were going to have to go to a different universe anyway." And they're going to be like,
Yeah.
"I didn't know that." So like for those people it kind of sucks, but I don't think it ruins it
I
just because
agree.
you know that they have to leave it, like you don't know why they have to leave it.
Yeah.
You don't know, there's a lot
I
you don't know
totally
still.
agree. I'm not necessarily convinced this is because of Galactus. Like I do think there's a chance they win in the
Mhm.
end, and then there's an incursion, or they have to like I think I'm not 100% sure it's because of Galactus. If it is, that is kind of a spoiler, but I don't think anyone's super shocked.
Right. I mean, it
And
could be also them just leaving just to warn them like, "Hey,
yeah,
doom."
exactly. Exactly. I even think that this could be like some of the team, and some of them are in like the X-Men universe, and that's how we bridge that, or something like that. Or Franklin Richards got captured by Doom, and they're trying to hunt him down, and Doom's coming to this war, like something like that. Like I'm
Or
not
f yeah, like Franklin Richards could just be the only one on that ship because we don't see
exactly.
anyone on the ship.
That's true.
Because I was kind of
Exactly.
expecting, like, maybe to get, like, like how they had Mahershala Ali's voice
Yeah, yeah,
in Eternals. Maybe we could get, like, Pedro Pascal or someone, like, trying to make contact with the new Avengers or something.
yeah. I was thinking that we were gonna hear Pedro at some point because he was at the Thunderbolts premiere, and then I
Mhm.
saw the four, and I was like, oh, long post credit scene too, longest one they've ever done.
Yeah, almost 3 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm so excited, man. This post credit scene got me.
I feel like we're also are overshining
The
we're letting the
movie.
post-credit outshine the movie, I guess, yeah, but also the mid-credit scene.
Oh yeah,
That was a good
dude.
bit of fun.
Oh my god, people hooting and hollering last night watching that scene. It's so funny. E
Ugh,
Back to
I
the
wanna
actual
see it
movie
in a
itself.
full theater again.
Yeah, I have a
I feel
ticket
like
for
the Tuesday
Tuesday.
crowds are never like
Yeah,
that.
especially Thursday afternoon, which is when I
Yeah.
normally go. Deadpool and Wolverine, I did Thursday afternoon, and then went back for Thursday night, and it was people
Mhm.
going crazy. I think that's the move, but I also want to see it as soon as possible. So,
Yeah. It's tough, it's a
but
balance.
it is a balance. But just speaking of mid credit, post credit, David Harbour in this movie is
He's
so
great.
funny. This is some of the hardest I've laughed at an MCU movie in a bit.
He's so good.
And it doesn't feel like the comedy's like overshadowing the rest of it most of
No.
the time. I think there's probably a couple instances, nothing that sticks
Yeah.
out though.
I think it's because they all feel like real characters with, like, actual fleshed out personalities,
Yeah,
and that's where
definitely.
a lot of the jokes kinda come from is the clashing of these different personalities, instead
Definitely.
of just everybody being, like, the
The
same
quippy
kind of guy that rips off the
100%.
same kinda one-liners.
Definitely. Like you have John Walker is like the asshole. Ghost is kind of like wants to be part of the team, but is like abrasive to connecting with people. But like she's kind of
Right.
on board from the start. Yelena's like, you know, be, doing a lot. She's like
Yeah.
kind of getting to get this team together, but she also like cares about these people pretty quickly. And she's like, talking to them, asking them stuff, like wants to form this connection even despite. And then Red Guardian's just the funniest guy in the world.
He's just happy to be there.
He is, and he's able to do so much of the comedy, so the other characters don't be like, "Well, that just happened," stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
yeah, oh,
so
great,
good, man.
great movie. Bucky's introduction, another moment that makes me feel
Dude,
like I could
the
run through a wall.
Terminator looking
So
one.
good, yes. Him grabbing that truck, so dramatic, but doing that is also a little worrying because like this is the Avengers now, the new Avengers, one of the Avengers teams. They are so weak without Bob. They can't do anything.
Oh
They can't.
yeah.
They have 3 trucks chasing them, and they're almost dead. If it wasn't for Bucky,
But Bucky's part of the new Avengers as well. But
Bucky,
also
yeah.
now they're gonna have the Fantastic Four presumably on their side, although maybe
Oh
not
yeah,
all
definitely.
of them.
And it's not a problem for like Doom because we're getting the whole world together. But like just generally speaking, these guys are screwed against
Yeah.
anyone remotely. Like it's like a team full of Captain Americas and Black Widows. It's like they're
Yeah.
strong, but they're like street level strong.
If these guys had to fight Thanos, half the
It's
world is
over.
gone forever.
Unless you get Bob. Bob is like if it's just the team, they're the weakest team we've ever seen in the MCU. With Bob, they're already the strongest. Like it
Yeah.
shoots them
Which
so
we
far up.
haven't said, by the way, in this whole time that Bob
Oh
is
my god.
Sentry
Yeah, we haven't even
and the
talked about
Void.
Sentry. Yeah,
And
I
Lewis
think
Pullman is fantastic in this.
he's
I was
really
like,
good.
and it like made me totally forget Steven Yeun was gonna be Sentry at first. And
Even though
honestly, I'm kind of
he's
glad that he's not.
me too, and I really like Steven Yen, and I think he would have been good, but
Lewis
Lewis
Pullman
Pullman's
just
great.
he's so good in it, man.
And what we were talking about before, he says invincible, I think 4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
Either
it's a lot.
he says it once or twice, and then other characters refer to him as invincible. Seems like a Steven Yeun bit.
Yeah,
Could just be a coincidence because you use the word invincible, but yellow and blue superhero Steven Yeun, they're gonna make him say invincible.
yeah.
But yeah, dude, he's really great in this. And as far as like new characters to the MCU go that have been introduced recently, he's like one of the best, at least for me personally.
I don't know. We got the leader recently
That's true.
and Sidewinder.
And oh man, how can I forget about Sidewinder? But like when it comes to like major characters, like they've almost all been in shows, solo
Yeah,
shows. And like Yelena and Red Guardian were introduced in the Black Widow movie, and then it feels like no one really major has been introduced in the movies.
yeah,
Shang-Chi is like, he has his solo movie. Eternals
yeah.
were introduced. So I'm not being
Well, we said
completely fair.
major.
Yeah, that's true. But like Sentry comes in here and it's like this guy feels like he's like really changing this universe just by existing. Like
Yeah,
he's the Sentry now. He's the guy. And B, just a great character in his own right. He's funny. He's effectively 3 characters. You see
yeah,
him change and he's like, oh man, dude, he's great. And like he's a broken guy, which works so well, and he has so much potential, but he's still Bob and he
yeah,
can't necessarily release that potential, which is going to be really interesting to see in his future appearances.
yeah. I saw some people online were like, "Oh, they're gonna do the same thing with Sentry that they did with Hulk." And like
Yeah.
halfway through right before Secret Wars, he's gonna be like, "Oh no, I made peace with the Void now, so I'm Century Void, I'm Smart Void or whatever."
Yeah, that would suck, man. I think you could handle something like that somewhat okay if you like say like Yelena gets killed by Doom or something and he like breaks
And then
out
he
into the
goes
void.
Void mode.
Like I feel like and then he loses control, but like for a minute there he's like the void and he's really doing stuff and then the void kind of mind takes over. I think
Right.
that could be done well, but like if we get the Sentry and he's just doing the void stuff without any of the like come on.
Yeah,
What are we doing?
but no, I mean, this movie was great, man. And yeah, I know it was good because I was with our friend there, Marvel hater,
Later. Yeah.
and he said we're so back.
Also, yeah, which friend?
Ryan.
Oh, okay. Shout out Ryan and James
Yeah,
who might be listening
shout
to this.
out to Ryan.
But I thought so other friend James, shout out, he said he wasn't that high on it, and then he gave it 4 stars on Letterboxd.
You, You can't predict that guy's next move.
So I guess he ended up really liking it.
Because I was in group chat with 3 Marvel haters. 2 of them were there. Brian wasn't able to make it to this movie, but
Shout out Brian also.
yeah, I'm fighting a 3v1, saying Thunderbolts is going to be good. They're all ragging on it, and then James gets there and he buys a Red Guardian cup.
Yeah, that's true.
Before he's even seen the movie.
Good movie, man. It seems like people are back. Like, not just people like us who are like really into this stuff, but like people that have fallen out. The question is, are enough people even going to see this that have fallen out to like really get that effect? But I think right now at this moment, obviously they care about money, but I think getting a good movie out there and making like a nice little profit, I think they're probably happy with that.
Yeah, and I mean, I think more people will go see Fantastic Four, especially if they're like, oh, well, Thunderbolts is actually pretty good. They're going to be like, yeah, I don't know. Like, they've had ones that people say are good, and then the next one's bad, so I'm not going to watch it and waste my time. Yeah. But then if they hear that this one is good and then the next one is apparently even better with Fantastic Four, then I think Fantastic Four could be big, man.
I'm starting to think Fantastic Four is going to be like a hit. Like, I never thought... I was worried at one point it was going to flop, I guess. But, like, I don't think it's going to flop now. I don't even think it's going to be, like, okay. Like, I think it's going to... I don't think it'll be a billion-dollar movie, but I could see it making, like, 700, 800 million. It feels like an event right now.
It does, yeah. It's just... It feels so unique to, like, like, Thunderbolts is great, but it feels like an MCU movie still.
100%. 100%.
Like, it feels a lot better than a lot of recent MCU movies, for sure. And I mean, a lot of MCU movies as well, but it still feels like it's got a lot of the like similar characteristics that most MCU movies kind of tend to have.
Definitely. Some good, some bad.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the bad, because I have a lot of good, and we could talk about the good all day, but
100%.
I'm curious to hear some of your more negative thoughts on it. Like, what kept you away from a 5-star, I guess.
Yeah. I don't have that many like negative things in the grand scheme of things. I wish not that we got more Bucky. I think the part Bucky serves here is really good, and I think he has some good moments. I particularly really love that first scene where he's talking to Mel, trying to get her on his side, and he's like, "I didn't get to choose who I worked for, but you do." Like, that's really the first time we've heard him say that, and it's like he's like really over this, and which is why I think it's fine we didn't get a void scene. I know a lot of people don't love that.
I don't mind that we didn't see other people's void scenes.
I think like Ghost or Lexi's would have probably been fine, but like we got John Walker's. Bucky, we know what his stuff is, which is why I think it's interesting that they were going to do like a Boy Scout thing from like before he was a Winter Soldier. I would have liked if he was going to get a void scene, I like the idea of him just kind of like walking past it to show that he's like genuinely fully over this. But anyway, do love the line though where he's like, well, I have a great line. I have a great pass. So that's the line everyone was hooting and hollering at yesterday. I have a great pass. I'm fine. But I don't. The congressman thing was set up slightly in Brave New World. I would have liked to hear more of his like reasoning there. We don't really get a lot of like what led to that and what that is. And I think that is like fine. Like, I don't think it's a big deal or anything. I just would have liked to see that fleshed out. It does feel random.
To me, it's like he wants to make a change, and the Avengers aren't really around anymore. So that's the best way he can.
100%. And I get that. And I just wish that like we would have gotten him saying anything close to that.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, at all. And then and then like also that, and then he immediately goes and like gets a team to do this thing.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I have to read a packet. Nah, let me get a team."
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, exactly. I don't love the Taskmaster thing. I know it's so silly, but it doesn't really detract anything for me. It's just I don't love it. Outside of that, I honestly don't know. I would have liked to see a little more of John Walker, like kind of like his family, a little bit of a touching on that a little bit more towards the end. But when it ends, it's so sudden. Like, it's like, we're the new Avengers, it's over, which I think works. I just feel like it doesn't get a lot of time to close a lot of the stuff that they set up. But yeah, I don't have any major complaints. The only reason it's not a 5-star for me is that it doesn't feel like a 5-star for me. Like,
Right.
it's, like
It feels
some
good, but
movies.
it's not like that kind of mind-blowing 5.
Exactly. Like, I think it's really, really good, especially for an MCU thing, but I think it's closer to 4 than it is for 5 for me with my
Right.
4.5. But yeah, what about you? Do
I
you have
agree.
any major
No, I
complaints?
agree. When I was rating it, I was like, I can't give it 5 stars because I think the only 5-star 2025 movie I have is Sinners, and it's just
Me too.
nowhere near that
Yeah,
level.
exactly.
Like, it would be disrespectful to have it on the same level. Honestly, 4.5 felt a little disrespectful as well to Sinners because I was like, that's, like, crazy to say it's only half a star away, but, I mean, ratings are all stupid and subjective anyway,
Yeah,
so it's like,
exactly.
whatever. But, yeah, I didn't really have that much of an really negatives to say really about. I was, like, kind of in the whole time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I guess the one thing though is, like, Sentry kind of when he becomes Sentry, that feels, like, a little quick
Yeah,
from
that's
him
fair.
being Bob, and I get, like, Val's, like, manipulating him or whatever, but
Yeah, very, very Homelander Stillwell. I think that was the
yeah,
name. Well, something like that. Kind of vibe going on between them.
yeah. And I was
I
like, I get it, like, I know that that has to happen, I just wish that we got a little bit
Yeah,
more.
I
I guess
agree.
my biggest complaint is that I wish we had a little bit more time with these characters. This movie's what, only, like, 2
I
hours?
think 2
A little bit?
hours, 6 minutes
Like, 8
altogether.
minutes or something? Yeah.
And not I know we're in the negative area, so not to go back to a positive, it flies by.
It
The
does.
pacing here is like it might be like the best pacing in the MCU, not to sound like
No,
that
it
guy.
really it does it zips. It's
It
great.
really does. Like when I watched it again, I was like, "Oh, we're already in New York. Like this is pretty
Yeah,
much the third act." And it feels like it just started.
yeah. Well, I mean, since we're out of negatives now, I think the best scene in the movie was the scene right after they well, the 2 best scenes. The first was the fight with Sentry was awesome.
Yeah. Oh,
You're just watching him whoop.
100%. And not to go back to a negative, this works in the movie. It's not a negative for me, but I do think the Sentry suit is like terrible.
Yeah,
But
but I think that's
it's
part of it.
supposed to be. It's a
Yeah,
marketed thing. They do
yeah.
like
The
I get it.
hair was way more egregious to me.
Yeah, I just don't want to see that
Don't do
again
that. Yeah.
in Doomsday when he inevitably becomes Sentry.
Well, they'll do it because they have to give him a new suit for the new toys, but
Yeah, exactly. And I
so
think
it won't be that same one.
I feel like he'll have like a I don't know. I guess we didn't see him put the suit on, but I do think it was made for him. Whereas I feel like next time he's Sentry, he'll kind of like do it him like mind. He'll like because he's kind of a
Mm,
reality warper in this. Like he'll just kind of like make
yeah.
himself a new suit, which I think works.
Or it'll just be nanotech like every other suit in the
Yeah, let's
MCU.
give him some nanotech.
Yeah.
And they've set it up very effectively for the next time he's Sentry. You can see the scene already. He's turning into Sentry. Everyone's like, "Oh no, it's not Bob," and then he's gonna unfold John Walker's shield, and then it's like, "Oh, it's Bob." Like that is I'm willing to put money
Yeah.
on it. Anyway, I think I interrupted you. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, 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 I the scene right after the fight with Sentry, which that
Mm.
fight was, like, the
Oh,
best action scene.
why
The
have we not
scene with
talked about this?
Yelena and Red Guardian on the street,
Cried.
yeah.
I cried four
It got
times.
the tears going.
I cried four
That
times
was rough
both
to get through.
times. That was beautiful. That scene really was
I mean,
really,
that
really
scene
good.
started getting me going when I saw it in the trailer, so I was like, "I'm not ready to see it, like, in the full
Yeah,
context of the movie and everything."
yeah,
But
and I love Red Guardian's character because he is the joke guy, but like
they don't undercut this
they
scene
don't
with the joke.
undercut it. They at the end, Yelena's like, okay, that was good, but it's not like that's not like an egregious like joke to cut. It's just cutting the tension kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Red Guardian, like he is a jokester, but like he left Yelena's life because he figured that she didn't want him around, and then he realizes he was wrong, and he does everything in his power to like come to her and help her and protect her, and like it just works, man. It just works. They have a real father-daughter relationship, and it's gonna kill me when he inevitably dies in
No,
Doomsday.
don't say that.
First
He
death.
can't die. He
He's
can't
the
die. He
first
can't
one.
die.
He's the
He
first
can't die.
one.
He can't.
He
I won't
is.
let it.
He's
I
gonna.
won't let
I
it happen.
fear. I
If that
do.
happens, I will sue Joe Russo.
Here's another prediction I have for Doomsday.
Okay.
We should do a Doomsday. I mean, we will at some point, but like, I feel like on a slow week, we could talk about this forever.
Yeah.
But I think Yelena dies in Doomsday.
Nope.
And listen. Yelena dies in Doomsday. Bob turns into Sentry, brings her back to life because that's a thing he does. And I think
Oh,
that would be like, holy shit, this
maybe.
guy's cracked. And
Maybe the
I think Doom will be like coming after him, or he does it with Red Guardian, maybe, but that feels less kind of personal.
mhm.
But they are all boys, and
I
I
was gonna
really like
say
that's another thing. We're just hopping all over the place. I'm sorry to everybody, but like Bob's relationship with all these guys is like, even Walker. Like by the end, like Walker's like, "You did good in there, Bob." Bob's like, "Thanks, Walker." Like I really feel like all of these characters genuinely care about him, and it's so nice. It's just nice.
I think Bob and Walker got the biggest laugh out of the audience where he's like, they said you were Captain America, and he's like,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
you're an asshole.
Yeah, that is great.
That was
That
good.
is oh,
And then
another
he's walking and he calls him Walter.
yeah. Another really great bit with Walker is when Val calls him Junior Varsity Captain America, and he just takes his
He
gun
grabs
out.
the gun. Yeah.
Oh, she's like, Walker. He's just gonna shoot her.
It would have rocked if he did that though.
It would have rocked
Because it would have ruined it.
hard.
Because then what? Sentry's he's still upstairs.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not gonna know to get down there yet. He's
Yeah,
waiting for his cue.
another scene I love. There's actually two I want to get into, but
Yeah.
there's the scene where Bob or Sentry, he's like, "Why do I have to listen to you?" And you can see him start to like turn a little
Yeah.
bit, and like Lewis Pullman, like in this scene, he's like the way he's looking around, like it could be. I think it would be really easy to look like it's like overacting or like trying to like push this idea too much, but he does it so well, and he's just like, why do I have to listen to you? But it like works really well.
Yeah.
And
Lewis
then
Pullman's great in this.
he's so good. And then he just like chokes Val out. And it's like, hell yeah, dude, get her. And like, that's another thing I like is that like, he doesn't want to fight these guys. Like he's still Bob when he's Sentry as opposed to the Void.
Mhm.
He doesn't want to hurt these people. Like they helped him and he understands that even as he's Sentry.
Right.
And
And
like,
that's why he says he's not gonna kill them because Val's like,
yeah, exactly.
kill them, and he's like, why would I kill them? They're not a threat to me.
And that's when he kind of starts to be like, why would I listen to you? I'm
Yeah.
God. Another great scene where he's like, you said I was stronger than all the Avengers. That's a God. I'm a God.
Yeah.
He's like,
He said you're stronger than all. I'm stronger than all the Avengers put together, and that has at least one God on it.
yeah. He's spitting. It's true.
I also like that in universe they're not even sure who's on the Avengers anymore.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's like it's at least one. I don't know.
And that's and the post-credit scene is setting up like the old Avengers versus new Avengers thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Sam
gonna be
Wilson's
like
getting litigious.
he's getting litigious, which I think is dude, so that's 14 months later.
Yeah.
What have you been doing, Cap? Like I like Sam Wilson a lot. He's on Fraud Watch. Captain America: Brave New World. He's supposed to put together a team. 14 months later, he still doesn't have one because they're like, if he gets a team,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
The thing is, like he said in Brave New World, he's like, I'm not gonna do that. And then Harrison Ford dies. He's like, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah,
Or
and
not
like
dies,
he
but
doesn't.
Red Hulk's out, and he's like,
Yeah,
all right, I guess I'll do it.
I just don't like. Sam, you're killing me, man. It's like, what are we doing? It's been 2 years almost. Well,
Yeah.
16 months, I guess, if you assume the time jump from Brave New World to Thunderbolts. What are you doing? And a lot of people seem like are saying like old Avengers versus new Avengers is going to be a thing. I think it'll be like a bit. Like I don't think we're going to get like an airport battle.
I think that we might get an airport battle because that's a way for them to get a lot of people in.
True.
And they can even kill people off if they really want to. They wouldn't do that, but
yeah. But like the new Avengers are so weak.
Yeah, but if you give them like half the Fantastic Four and then
Well, yeah. I guess. I do think it's really funny that the first people Fantastic Four are going to interact with on this new world is the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be Red Guardian and Thing. Like that interaction.
Dude, I need the post-credit scene to be Red Guardian popping up and like having a conversation
with. Do you think that's what it's going to be? I feel like.
I think it could be like, it would be sick if it was like a continuation of that scene.
I agree.
Or if it's like them contacting people from the other side, but it would be cool if it was actually them meeting the Thunderbolts.
It would be really cool, and I like the idea of continuing like a long scene through 2 post-credit scenes that are directly connected. Like that's really fun. But I do think it's inevitably Robert Downey Jr. as Doom.
Oh well, I mean they could always do 2. They could have that one be the mid-credit scene, and then the post-credit scene be RDJ Doctor Doom like turning around, and then you see his face.
That is true.
A quick stinger.
They could even do it all in one, I guess.
It's true.
If they really like Fantastic Four could pull up and be like, look at that guy.
Hey, it's gonna we've got 2 weeks until it's Doomsday.
Get the leader back for the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Go talk to the leader again.
Yeah.
The
others are coming.
The
Yeah, that's the
Illuminati guys.
Illuminati, by the way.
I know. So this is what, episode 13, 14? I don't even know how
Something
many
like that.
weeks
I
we've
think
been doing this.
13.
But okay, yeah. So one of the first episodes we did, we talked a lot about Thunderbolts because it was the Super Bowl trailers, and we
Mhm.
talked about Doomsday and how it's related, and we were both very negative on Doomsday. Me especially. Well, not especially, but it's surprising how negative I was. I feel like because I'm so MCU brained more
Yeah.
so. But I think they got me with this. I think like
Oh, yeah, I'm
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 fully.
fully in.
I saw that post credit scene and I was like, oh, I shouldn't have beefed with the Russo brothers in my TikTok comments. Like I was like, no, like, like come
Yeah,
on.
that's a fumble.
Like I need to apologize actually.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's
But like
true. You fumbled, man.
I know. I'm really excited for Avengers Doomsday in a way I didn't think I would be.
Yeah. Seeing
I
that
was
post-credits
almost,
scene,
yeah,
it's got me like,
exactly.
"Oh,
And
I'm ready."
in that first episode, something we talk about a lot is like, who are the Avengers? Where are we going? How is any of this working? And this movie really does it. Like it really,
Just a lot of those
it,
questions,
it
yeah.
answers almost all the major questions and gives us people to care about. Like I care about everyone on the new Avengers. Like I really do. Like any of these characters, I'm excited to see them interact with other people. I'm hoping they don't die. I'm excited to see what they do. I'm excited to see all this stuff with them. And I didn't really feel that before. And now we have an Avengers team. Are they kind of a joke? Yeah. But are they weak? Are they beyond weak? Yeah. Like they could get soloed by like Captain
But the
America, I
thing is,
guess.
though, what if these Thunderbolts here hey, I'll say this, Val could tell them about a secret island that's been going on where they've got all these mutants stored away.
Mm,
They've had mutants living on this remote island
interesting. Yeah.
forever, and then
I
they're like, I don't know, release the X-Men into the world or whatever, and
yeah.
now we got some X-Men on the
That'd be cool.
Thunderbolts
That'd be
roster.
really cool. I'd like to see we see a little bit of them for like Doomsday where they will be because 14 months time skip, Fantastic Four coming.
Mhm.
Walker still has the bed shield. They all have new looks. Bucky's new
They all have
design.
horrible hair.
No, Bucky?
Well, I mean, Ghost
Oh yeah, yeah.
particularly, but
This is Bucky's best look since like he was full Winter Soldier. This is oh my god! Every time I see it, like I saved multiple pictures of it on my phone, even though I'm anti taking pictures in a movie theater. This look is incredible. It's the Revolution look. I might even be his name now. He might finally get a new name, which I would like to see.
what about White
Like,
Wolf? No one ever calls him that.
yeah, what was that about? They gave him that for like a week, and then I guess that's
Yeah.
his Wakanda name if he's in Wakanda.
Mm.
But I'd like to see all these guys get power ups. I mean, Ghost doesn't really need a power up.
Yeah,
She's
Ghost is pretty set.
I was gonna say she's the strongest, but I feel like Bucky's stronger. She's just like
Well, maybe she'll be able to hold it for longer than a minute.
yeah, stuff like that. Maybe phase other people. That would be pretty huge for like a big fight if she could like do it with other people. Walker and Red Guardian, they're strong. You don't
They're
really
the
need to
same
beef them up.
guy. One of them needs to die.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe give them actual vibranium shields. That would beef them up a bit. Or suits. Like, well, no, not suits, but Bucky, give him the nanotech arm. Just do that. Everyone's got nanotech. Give him the arm. Give him a cool space
No,
gun
we
with Peter
don't need more
Quill.
nanotech.
No, we do. His arm needs a buff, or let him fly around with it. Not fly.
Yeah.
Let him shoot it off and like fly around. Give it
Yeah,
jets or
let him do
something.
that.
No, he needs a nanotech arm. He needs it, man.
No.
He needs it. He needs a
I'm
buff.
sick of the nanotech.
Yelena, I don't know what you do to give
Just
her a
keep her the
buff.
same. It's like Black Widow now.
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
think they
that's
should
a
have just
question I
given
want
her.
to get into. Have you
Okay.
seen all the people online that are like, I already
Yeah,
think Elaine is a better Black Widow
I
than
have.
Natasha? Do you agree?
I don't agree, but I get it.
I
Like, I don't think
agree.
it's crazy. I don't think it's a crazy take.
I
I
think
think it's
I think not anything to do with Scarlett Johansson herself. She
yeah.
just wasn't given any material really to work with.
Yeah, and Yelena's not like she's introduced and she's not just like, look at her, she's hot for like her first six
Right. The
appearances.
first 6
Like,
appearances of Black Widow,
yeah,
it's just like, "Oh, here's Cleavage the Assassin." And it's
yeah,
like, "All right,
exactly.
what are we doing here?" Yeah, like, she gets to
Exactly.
actually be a character from the first point she's
Yeah,
introduced, and then she
there's
gets to
depth,
basically lead the second movie that she's in.
100%. Yeah, no, I don't think it's a crazy take at all. I'm a huge Natasha fan, so but I could see Yelena overtaking her quickly.
Yeah.
But so yeah, Yelena like leads the team, and I like the post credit scene how like Bucky is like
Co-leading.
Yelena's the leader, but he's kind of like calling the shot, co-leading a little bit, and I like
Right.
that dynamic for them.
Like how Tony and Steve were both kind of leaders, but
Yeah,
Steve was really the one calling
yeah,
the main shots.
exactly. And it's not even anything against Yelena. She just is a little out of her depth. She's like where Bucky's been effectively an Avenger, and he's been a
Right.
soldier and all this stuff, and I like that a lot. How he's like fire up the jets, get a satellite image, and she's like, yeah, I'm doing that. Like I think that's fun. I think that's
Yeah.
a cool dynamic. Okay, there's one scene I want to talk about that I can't believe we haven't yet. It might be my favorite scene in the movie, and it's something everyone's wanted from just superhero movies in general. We get this like great like 4 or 5 minute sequence of them just saving people. They're
Yeah.
just and they're not again, they're weak. Like they're really not doing that much. If it's a bigger deal, they can't do that much, but they're all going out and they're destroying rubble. They're phasing people out. They're pushing people out of the way. We get a
We
great
also get the famous shot where we were like, who could be filling in this mystery gap? And it was just Bucky.
Bucky. They cut him out for some reason.
When it happened, I was like, oh my gosh, here we go. Like we're
Yeah.
finally gonna get the answer. But I was like, that's weird. Like I feel like they would have set someone else up by now, or like
Yeah.
maybe it is. I was like, I know it
I
wasn't
looked at you.
Spider-Man, but I was like, I wonder who. I was like, here we go. Here's the moment we've been waiting for, and it's just Bucky. And I was like,
Yeah.
why did we not guess Bucky?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's just like the idea of cutting Bucky out is just silly. Like we
Yeah.
just never would have thought
It's
of
like
that.
they got to be hiding someone in that gap.
Yeah, exactly. I love that bits. They're just like that scene specifically. It's like Walker is like saving this woman, and he's about to get crushed. And then they all pull up and help him, and people are like, "How could he not hold that? He's strong enough to hold that." That's not the point. Just like the whole point is that they're like helping. Like, just think. Come on.
Yeah. But also the ending of that scene where Red Guardian saves that girl and then she gets voided.
Crazy.
That was awesome, man.
That was and
It
like
was so unexpected because it's like it's an MCU movie. They're not going to kill a kid, and
yeah.
they technically don't because she
That's what I was
probably
gonna
comes
say.
back.
When that happened, I was like, all right, these people aren't dead, which is like a side
Yeah.
effect of that, but it's fine. I think it's still a really good
I
scene.
mean, I kind of figured they weren't going to be dead. Like I knew they were
Because
going to be able to
Yelena
get them
just
back somehow. But I was just like, dang, I did not think they
it's
would
shocking.
do that. Yeah.
It really
Like me
is.
and Ryan was right next to me, and when they voided the kid, he went, "Whoa!" Like he literally like an audible reaction because it's so like unexpected.
And
Like
it's
his
such
hands
a
went up. Oh,
yeah.
it's so funny, man.
It's a really beautiful bit too when Red Guardian saves her before she gets like
Yeah,
he's like, "You're okay, little one." Like it's
and
really
she
nice,
looks
and
kind of
that's
similar to young
it.
Yelena,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
I didn't
like
even.
because
Oh,
he kind of sent her away with the guy. I mean, not that it was like really his fault that
it was
they got
kind of
sent
his
to the
fault.
red rooms, but like he wasn't actually their dad. Like he was just doing his job
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
but
But
he
so
was the
now
one that
he's
like
like protecting a young girl where he had two young
yeah.
girls himself that got basically their lives ruined.
It's really nice, man. It's
And then she
really that.
just poof.
Yeah, that
It's
whole that whole bit from the Red Guardian Yelena talk, and then they kind of look out in the voids there, and then they start saving people. Like it's really the team comes together. You get
yeah.
a shot of everyone doing something. Bucky when he moves the car,
It's
so good. That's so good.
and then the ending of that scene too, where Yelena starts walking into the void and Red Guardian's reaction to that started getting me going again. I was like, damn,
Me too. I
man.
was yeah.
It's like crazy that the comic relief character had two of the most like genuine, like heartfelt scenes that made me like
100%.
emotional.
That's what I was just gonna say. It's so nice that he's not just this one note
Right.
comedy guy. Like he has depth. He's doing a lot, and
Yeah,
he's
like he feels like a real person that has things he cares about and like stuff
exactly.
that yeah.
It's yeah. Just I that back to that scene. I don't have much to say other than I love it for the fourth time. Just
Yeah.
these guys who really can't do much, but they're just saving people. They're figuring it out. I thought Ghost was gonna like phase that helicopter, which I thought would have been really cool. I don't know if she's
Yeah.
that strong though, but she's like pushing people out of the way. We get a bit where Yelena and Red Guardian do the Cap Black Widow thing from the first Avengers.
Mm.
And she saves a lady, and then it goes to the Bucky arm thing, and it's so cool, man. It's so cool.
That's cool. We
He's,
need more heroes doing hero stuff in these
we
movies,
do,
man.
and we're getting it. We're getting it with now, and then we
I'm
know
sure we'll get it with
Superman.
Fantastic Four.
we got. That's how I hope that movie opens. It's just them
Yeah, that'd
saving
be
people.
sick.
Oh, I love it, man. I know I have more to say. I just can't think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll have more time through the year to talk about how much we love this movie and
Yeah,
stuff. But
definitely.
yeah,
And the new Avengers, like it's just they're the new Avengers. Their posters are out. They just released a video of them all in front of a poster ripping it down, and it says "New Avengers," and they're all cheering.
oh, that's pretty
I
sick.
think it's so cool that these are the new Avengers. I'm
Heck yeah,
so I definitely said this in the past. It's going to be the Dark Avengers. I'm so glad we're not doing that.
I was
It's
thinking
just
I was so on board with Dark
it's
Avengers.
so I like it in theory, but it's so silly the idea of them calling themselves that, like in the universe.
Right,
Like we're the Dark Avengers. Like what are we doing?
right. That's
And
true.
I like that these are the new Avengers. I really do. They're so weak. Some of them are dicks, but like it's just fun.
Yeah, I also like all the news articles after, like the B
Yeah,
Avengers and stuff.
not my Avengers was one of
Yeah,
them. Who are they?
right.
The obviously the iconic Queen cover
Yeah,
parody.
everyone's favorite Queen
Everyone,
cover. The picture of
Queen.
Florence Pugh's Yelena. It's the
Oh yeah,
We
the
Can
we
Do It
can do it.
lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Really great stuff. Really, when Val says "New Avengers," man, I can't describe how it makes me feel. It's so silly, and all their faces.
Yeah,
Oh my
and then
god,
she's like, "We own you now."
yeah, Bob's just clapping in the corner,
He starts clapping.
and I like the logo too. The actual new A.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's good, man. I'm excited to see where this all goes. It's crazy that we know way more about these guys than whatever the other Avengers are going to be. I care more about these guys as a team
Yeah.
than whoever the other guys are going
Right
to
now, it's
be.
just Sam and his lawyers as the other team.
Yeah, and
That's
Falcon,
the old
your
Avengers.
fave, your
Oh
fave
yeah,
Falcon.
they actually just got worse in my estimation now.
I like. I hope. I do think Red Guardian's gonna die. I hate to say it. I hope when all
Yeah,
this multiverse Secret War stuff is over, we get a Thunderbolts trilogy kind of thing. I don't know if that'll work with the soft reboot stuff. I don't know how
yeah.
much money the movie's gonna make, but
I don't care. Give me Thunderbolts 2 and 3 right now.
oh yeah, give me a Sentry thing too. Well, I guess he would be on the new Avengers, but he's so strong. Like, you can't. I mean, he's got his mind stuff, but you can't do a movie with these guys in Sentry full time and have anyone else do anything.
Yeah. Damn. But we're so back.
We
Feels
are
great to
the
say it.
Oh, we didn't really touch on the actual climax where they're like in the void and they're all together and they hug Bob.
Yeah, that was all right.
Oh, what? You didn't? I found that. I cried. I
I
found
was
it
like, "Oh,
beautiful.
this is cool. It's like the power of friendship." But then I was like, "Oh, it's just the power of friendship."
I found it really nice, and I love the bit where they all pop in and they're beating this stuff, and then we learn about like Bob's parents fighting. And I love the bit where John Walker punches his dad out because it's kind of like he's a pretty shitty dad in a different way. He's not that bad, but it's kind of like, and we
Yeah,
learn that like his abusive dad called him Bobby, and Walker's been calling him Bobby this whole time. And after that, does he call him Bobby at the end when he's like
I don't
working there?
remember.
But it maybe I don't know if that really connects, but I really like that. Oh, I was gonna say one more thing. I'm sorry.
How have we
Okay.
not talked about the score? The
Oh
score
my
was
god,
incredible,
one
man.
of the best.
The
Yeah,
the the score in the moment, especially when Bob sacrifices himself basically,
yeah,
quote unquote, in the beginning of
yeah.
the raid, and then he goes flying up and then, like,
Oh,
crashing down the
Sentry. Oh,
score during that, I was like, "Oh my
it's
god."
incredible.
It's so
Yeah,
good,
the
and
score.
it's, Sun Lux, the people that did the Everything Everywhere All at Once score.
Yeah, and I love the score when Bucky pulls up on the motorcycle. It's kind of this badass like
Yeah.
echoes of the Winter Soldier theme, but a new thing. And then the even at the end, like the Thunderbolts theme is like merged with the Avengers theme, and it's this like new Avengers theme. Didn't even mean to do
Yeah.
that.
There you go.
The Um, the last thing I wanted to say is that a lesser MCU movie would have it be that we do the big ending thing. We get to Bob is free from Sentry, and then there's another villain, and they all have to team up to defeat that villain. Like Valentina
Yeah.
gets a mech suit, something like that. And that was actually the original plan was that John Walker was gonna like Hulk out kind of thing, and he was going to be the big bad at the end that they were all going to have to team, not literally Hulk
A
out,
less
but like
powerful big
he was
bad.
going to get more serum or something. Val was going to like manipulate him, and he was going to turn against the team, and he'd give him a different type of serum, something like that. I just read it before we started recording, and I'm so glad they didn't do that.
Yeah, crisis averted. That would have been horrible.
100%. I'm so glad that it's just like we did it. We saved our friend. That's the end. And I've seen people complain about that, but I don't know. I think it's good. I think it's nice.
It's better if it's more focused and has a specific
100%.
thing.
And I think that emotional climax of them all just like hugging him, like I don't think you can top that with a big fight.
No, you can't. You can't do it by having big guys punch other big guys.
Yeah, exactly. And none of these guys can defeat the Void. It's not even worth like doing a fight scene against the Void, like, in the real world.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is on fraud watch, though, I fear.
No, man, he was in the Void fighting some serious. He was going through the entire Mysterio thing all over again, man.
Between Daredevil and Thunderbolts, Spider-Man's on fraud
man.
watch. He is.
Well, Daredevil knows he doesn't have to protect Hell's Kitchen because that's Daredevil's job.
Fraud watch.
Bro, he's busy. He's getting his GED.
I would have liked a Mayor Fisk reference, but I don't think I don't know how the timelines line up. They probably didn't know what would be going on. All right, I think that about everything we got to say.
I think so. And then I've got no TV stuff for this week.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I'm on fraud watch, but
yeah. Saw Thunderbolts twice instead of New Last of Us. New episode of The Rehearsal is incredible. Everyone should watch that show. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable.
Is it 2 episodes out now?
3.
Or 3? Oh, 3. I'm so behind.
It's so good. I don't know how they do it, but yeah, I think that's about it for us.
I think so.
Thank you everybody for hanging out and watching this episode that is numbered below.
But probably number 13.
13? I think you're right.
I believe so. I mean, we could look it up, but that's
it is 13. It is 13.
Right. Well, I guess now there's only a couple things left to do. The obligatory reminder to like, subscribe, or follow, or leave a review, rate, whatever it's called. Do all that.
Oh, yeah.
And now, well, I guess we should end it in a respectful manner, and we will play Sergeant Rock out one more time.
Are you playing the music?
Oh,
it doesn't come in. That happened at the start too. I didn't know if you were playing anything.
Oh.
I think it's too loud.
I was trying to play taps.
I hear bits.
Okay. Well,
so at the start it's just us silent like this.
Oh, is it?
For a second.
Oh, that's great. Well, sorry. I gave you a bit more of an editing job to do then.
No. You're good. I think it works perfectly silent.
All right. Well,
figure it out.
There you go.
Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you very much. Go watch the new Avengers.
Sergeant Rock. Yeah.
R.I.P. Sergeant Rock. Go watch the new Avengers in theaters now.
Mm-hmm.
#ad. Bye.
Not an ad.